Oh, I like that. So we get to decide. The power's in your hands. Mzansi, you definitely need to come through and get those votes on. We'll be sharing what the options are in just a bit. But we're not stopping there because we're also going to be diving into what's trending on TikTok. And we got the USC Ice Bucket Challenge making waves for a powerful cause. Let me just want to look around in case some ice comes at us. Eh?
They literally are going to surprise you later, Raul. I swear. If I see a bucket nearby, I'm running. Not the hair. Plus, we're joined by wealth manager Werner Rousseau, along with friends at Expresso. We have Danila Acquisto as well as Kayizi who are going to come on through. And we're basically going to unpack the VAT reversal and why it matters for you and me.
Yeah, a whole 0.5%, but it makes a massive difference. And so will the next 3 hours. We jam-packed, full of action and full of magic right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So Mzansi, you don't need to go anywhere. We got you sorted out. And I'm pretty sure that you're lying in bed right now. So stick around. Just turn the volume up while we sort you out. And of course, starting this morning off with a conversation that we always love to have with you. And this morning's like no other. So we want to find out from you, Mzansi, what have you actually been up to this long weekend? I know we've had a beautiful opportunity to maybe celebrate, maybe to unwind. What did you get up to, basically?
I got up to so many good things. I said it's a long weekend. I'm going to make the absolute most of it. I'll tell you some details later, but Jazz Fest was an absolute highlight.
Nice.
And a great way to celebrate our freedom in South Africa. Why not? Music is just that thing, and it definitely carries across many generations.
Absolutely love that. Well, listen, I can't wait to find out more about that. I'll be sharing some of my weekend highlights with you as well, Mzansi. But for now, though, we want to have a conversation with you about the long weekend. And exactly that. We want to know what you got up to this long weekend. Maybe you can share some pictures, share some videos, or just share exactly what you got up to. And we want to know exactly how it went down. And obviously, you can come through on our WhatsApp line. The number's 063 036 9649, I think. I got to get that right. I think it's 9649 at the end. I'm pretty sure that's the number. Yeah, I think I got it right. Listen, you guys come through, let us know, and don't forget the hashtag Expresso Show. For now, though, official duties must commence, so let's deliver you with the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines first, where a 350,000 Rand reward has been offered for information leading to the discovery of 3 police constables who went missing on Wednesday while traveling to Limpopo. Now, National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola confirmed the reward in an appeal for public cooperation. The constables' families have expressed frustration over inconsistent information from authorities, adding to the uncertainty. Now, the police continue their investigation, but the families remain in the dark as they seek answers about the mysterious disappearance. In other local news, 12 swimmers took to the cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean between Robben Island and Blouberg Strand this weekend, and that is to show solidarity with the Palestinian people in Gaza. The Palestine Solidarity Campaign organized the event with 3 teams swimming the 7.4-kilometer course under the theme Freedom, Justice and Dignity for All. Now, proceeds from the event will go to the humanitarian organization Gift of the Givers to assist those affected by the ongoing conflict in Gaza. In your international news making headlines, Namibian President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah dismissed Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, Mac Albert Hingari, following corruption charges. Now, Hingari was arrested after allegations surfaced that he bribed a rape victim to remain silent. This action reflects Nandi-Ndaitwah's strong commitment to fighting corruption in the government. Just before her inauguration, she vowed to take swift action against corrupt officials. Now, the dismissal of Hingari aligns with a stance on maintaining clean governance within Namibia's political system. Meanwhile, mourning turned to anger in Iran after a devastating explosion at Shahid Rajaei port killed 40 and injured over 1,200. Now, fires continued for days and toxic fumes forced residents to stay indoors. The blast is believed to have been caused by improperly handled missile fuel stored at the port, although authorities denied the claim. Now, Iranians are furious over the authorities' handling of the situation, with many questioning how so many hazardous materials was left improperly stored, fueling growing frustrations about government incompetence. And closing off your first bit of news, we bring it back home, where just a few weeks since its Netflix release, Meet the Kumalos has captured the hearts of many with its warmth, humor, and nostalgic charm, and has even made its way to the United States. Now, directed by Jayan Moodley, the film follows Grace Kumalo, played by Kanyum Bao, whose peaceful life is disrupted when an old high school rival, portrayed by Yanda Baroto, moves in next door. Now, as tensions flare, a secret romance blossoms between their children, Sizwe and Spe, adding delightful chaos to the mix. Beyond the laughs, Meet the Khumalos carries a deep, proud South African spirit, and the late Ma Connie Chiume's final performance adds a layer of quiet beauty and a gentle reminder of storytelling's enduring power. So we leave your 6 o'clock news. Let's get into those sporting headlines. Here's Raul with the latest.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yes, let's dive into all things sport. And let's start off with football. Now, Liverpool crushed Tottenham 5-1 to seal their 20th English top flight title, matching Manchester United's record. Now, it was after an early scare where Luis Diaz, Alexis McAllister and Cody Gakpo, as well as Mohamed Salah, led a dominant response at a roaring Anfield. Now, Destiny Udogi's own goal capped the route as Arne Slot's side clinched the Premier League with 4 games to spare. Booyah! Well, let's move on and diving into rugby now. And the Vodacom Bulls clinched a 26-19 win over Glasgow Warriors, making history as the first South African team to win in Glasgow in the URC. Now, the Lions kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a 26-7 victory over Connacht, while the Stormers dominated Benetton 56-5 in a home game where many got to celebrate. Now, the Sharks, trailing by 19 points, staged a thrilling comeback to defeat Ulster 22-19, securing a very vital win. Well, we had local action in athletics and also abroad where Akani Sambini dazzled with a 9.99-second victory in the men's 100 meter at the Diamond League in Xiamen, finishing ahead of Kenya's Omanyala. Now, Marion Ferry impressed with a third-place finish in the women's 100 meter hurdles in a time of 12.62. On top of this, Joanne Duplessis placed 6th in the women's javelin with a throw of 60.38 meters. Well, lastly, in the world of sport, we move to motorsport action, and Marc Marquez claimed his 5th consecutive sprint victory, and that was at the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez, extending his lead in the MotoGP standings with 135 points. Now, Alex Marquez finished 2nd, 20 points behind his brother, and Francisco Bagnaia secured 3rd, while Fabio Quartararo, after setting a course record, crashed out early. Now, Marquez remains undefeated in sprint races this season. Well, that's all the sport we have for now. Of course, Robbie Gillette just looks like he stepped in the building, so we will dive into more sporting action with the URC this weekend. But for now, let's dive into the world of weather. Yes, Carissa.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's get into your first bit of weather, where in the developments from the devastating Cape Town fire that started on Friday, the Cape Town Metro Fire and Rescue Services last night appealed for donations of bottled water, energy drinks, energy bars, and non-perishable food, and that is for over 100 firefighters battling the blaze in Table Mountain National Park. Now, donations can be dropped off at the Lakeside Fire Station, and residents of Barnyard and Silvermine have been evacuated, and the public is urged to avoid fire-affected areas. Now, streets closed yesterday will still remain shut today. 5 helicopters are assisting ground teams, and the South African Weather Service has meanwhile warned of extreme fire dangers across the Western Cape. And we definitely salute all firefighters for your bravery and thank you for your work that you're doing to keep things under control. But now, though, speaking about the area, Westlake, just a jump and a skip away, Amy sent this beautiful morning view with us. It's actually a video of the wildfire, and that is the devastation that's actually happening right now. I could see it yesterday from my house, to the bellowing clouds of, the firefighters just really trying to extinguish every single fire, but it's still continuing over the mountains. So please make sure that you are safe out there. Thank you so much for sharing that morning view with us. And remember to continue sharing what the country looks like from your side of the world on 063-036-9649. We look forward to seeing that as we delve into your temperatures for the rest of this Public Monday. Well, that is your weather for the rest of this Monday. Whether you're going to stay in bed or head on out, let me tell you that you are sorted right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But if you are thinking of stepping out, let's start your Monday off by playing Daily Lotto for an estimated 350,000 Rand jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now in store. You can head to the website nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, there is cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529 hash, and that, of course, is for USSD.
Yeah, you got lots of options, and we even put these details on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check it out right now and get yourself in the running to win big. And the question is, will the 350,000 Rand daily jackpot be yours? Well, only if you play now, and that will allow you to find out. But you don't need to find out what's happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because I'm getting into my Padel era.
Okay.
After watching Padel last night and seeing Kawila and Tapia take it once again against Galan, oh man, we've got some South African pros here to talk just about it. So I'm getting very excited. I also hope I can steal some tips from them so I can look like I feel. Because I feel like a pro, but I don't look
But then when you look back, you say,
I don't look
maybe, oh, I'm so sorry, Raul. You're definitely better than me. I still have yet to break my paddle virginity, if I can say that.
Ooh,
I have not been there. I've been seeing it everywhere, and it looks absolutely incredible. So invite me out next time. But for now, though, we also have to get into some good things when it comes to our weekend highlights. I mentioned that Jazz Fest was definitely one of mine, but I'm so... I can't wait for you to show. And I can't wait to see yours too, Raul.
Yeah, it's going to be good, Mzansi. So you don't need to go anywhere. We'll see you around the corner.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you're a Liverpool fan, it's even better because, yes, a reminder, we are champions. But don't worry, we're going to share the champion spirit with all of you this weekend, especially today, especially as it is kind of like the weekend still. It's like an extended Sunday for most of you waking up nice and early. So we thought, let's have a conversation about, well, Freedom Day, the day of yesterday, which we are now also celebrating today because it happened on a Sunday. And it marked the anniversary, 31 years of democratic elections, a moment that absolutely changed everything.
Sure.
Our question is, how have you been celebrating this historic day? And we wanted you to come through with some voice notes and comments. Remember the number 063-036-9649 and the hashtag Expresso Show, and that's how you link with us.
I love it. I'm so grateful that I get to spend my Freedom Day along with you and along with you, Ryle. I definitely could not think of a better way to have woken up. It's what got me out of bed this morning.
Stop
I
it.
said, I know that people are still partying, going crazy. I can hear the noise. As soon as I woke up, neighbors were still definitely having a good time. But I thought, yes, I can come through here and spend a beautiful morning with my Feel Good
This
fam.
is your sanctuary. This is where your safe space is meant to be. And this is why we're talking to you, Mzansi. So I don't know if we've got any comments that we want to share yet, but this is just a reminder that we want to see what you've been up to. And I know that you're probably only waking up now, so don't forget, send all those comments through. But for now, though, I think we should chat about our weekend because I definitely had quite a beautiful one, especially when it comes to plans. I tried to not make any.
That is so lovely.
It was such a good weekend for me because I still ended up doing a few things, just work on the house. I got to actually have a drink on the weekend.
Nice.
Not something I do very often. No, not at all. So it was a really cool time. Bumped into a buddy, Stephen Kitsoff, often on the show. So just a nice moment to kind of like have some downtime. He's a good friend of mine as well. A brother-in-law almost, so to speak, in a way. But it was just a good time to unwind. And I don't get a lot of opportunities to do that. And it was so cool to see how many people were like, hey, Expresso. Hey, Nature Boy. No one knows my real name, actually. It's either Nature Boy or, hey, Expresso. And I love the love that I received this weekend. So for everybody that I saw, thank you. It was just so special. And yeah, the fire as well was such a polarity for it all. I've got a gym very close to Tukai. So there's a massive fire going down. If you aren't aware of it, if you've just woken up in Mzansi, all the way on our Silvermine Mountains, and it is extreme. So I went to the gym just to go check if all our stuff was a bit safe. This was yesterday morning, and it was looking like they had just about got it under control until the wind literally flipped.
100%.
Did a full-on 180 and then just turned everything around. And, oh, man, what you're seeing now is nothing like it looks because it's been completely burnt since then, and you can see flames up in the mountain.
Absolutely.
Already.
When I was driving to work, I just saw it all the way down the mountain, like it didn't end. It just kept going and going and going.
Movie Armageddon scenes. It's so wild. But listen, that was pretty much me. A lot of chance, obviously, to get into the ocean as usual. The ocean was like a lake. I don't have any videos of that. It was my time.
Oh, your time.
Special time for me. So I thought I wouldn't
it.
share it this time. You guys get enough of that. But listen, Jazz Festival was huge this weekend. Talk to me.
I had the best time of my life. I've been looking forward to seeing Masego, or Masejo, as we call him here, and Ari Lennox and a couple of other people. Incognito, you know that song?
Yes.
Still a friend of mine. Oh, still a friend of mine. It was so surreal seeing it live. I mean, that's Ari Lennox. She looked absolutely gorgeous. And when I tell you, she sounded exactly the same on the CD, on the album, that she did in real life. You know. Unreal. What a talent. What a talent.
Oh, wow. Were you like front row seats? Yeah. What?
Not even front row, but I squeezed my way to the front.
Oh, I see you and the man's having a beautiful time there.
It was so gorgeous.
Hey, I like the fact that not everybody also is holding up their cell phone.
Yeah.
I love this.
People were so present.
That talks to me about a mature event. That talks to me about a real event where, listen, I need to take this in with my mind, my body, and my soul and experience the Jazz Festival. Not this, but this. I love that. That just speaks to how special it really was.
I tried, but to be honest, my phone was out the whole time. I was like, because every time I think she has done all the songs that I knew, she brought out another one. I was like, no, that's my jam.
This is the one. Oh, that is so special.
Shea Butter Baby is one of my favorite albums of all time. It takes me back to my days in Joburg, and it was just so nostalgic for me. So yeah, it was gorgeous. I saw Masego as well, and he was just incredible. It was just such a good time, me and my man. I also did a radio masterclass with Good FM, so I was able to go ahead and talk about my journey in radio. It's been about 10 years commercially speaking now, and just share some pearls of wisdom with aspiring people in the entertainment industry, which was a lot of fun.
Finally, because listen, we We want to know how you did the things. Listen, the girls been working hard.
Yeah.
You've had an incredible path, and I love the fact that you're paying it forward.
Yes.
Hey, kudos, man.
And shout out to Celeste Anthony for putting this together. It's been a long time coming, and the culmination of it was absolutely beautiful. And the feedback from the crowd was incredible. It's so nice to see that people are still hungry.
Yeah.
That people still want to actually make a difference and be somebody, you know? So it was really nice to have that reciprocal energy in the space. So I had a great weekend.
Wow,
now feeling a little bit ill, but you know, it was worth it.
But listen, we've got the energy to keep it going all through the morning, Mzansi. So don't worry. That's the weekend. We want to hear about your weekend, and then we're going to dive into something that's happening tonight, all ahead of an incredible exhibition match. And yeah, we got some of South Africa's finest from the world of Padel.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm hoping that I can steal some tips from them too. So ooh, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. And then also when it comes to making a creative cause out of Padel or paddle balls, really interesting to see how they're paying it forward. So we'll dive into that as well. And then also I know you'll be put through your paces. So very excited to see that. We'll see you right now, straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your feel-good breakfast show. And officially it is Monday. It is a Freedom Day extended from yesterday. But listen, something even more exciting is happening because this week marks a huge moment for paddle in South Africa as five-time world champion Seba Nerone visits our shores, an international OG at the least. Now, some of our top players are also gearing up for a thrilling exhibition match with the legend and kicking off a blockbuster week of action as well as clinics. Now, sitting with us, some of the superstars of our country. We've got Luan Krige in the building as well as Siobhan Davids who are joining us to chat about the exciting week ahead and their upcoming exhibition match happening against the legendary Seba himself. So, gentlemen, welcome. How are we doing this morning? Are we good?
Good morning. We're doing good.
Firstly, well done for waking up this early. I know you don't have very many paddle matches at 6:30 in the morning, but this is something exciting to talk about. I want to find out about both of your journeys into paddle or padel, whatever you want to call it. I've been seeing you online, and I'm loving all the inspiration you're giving me. But how did it start, Luan? Maybe I can start with you. Where did this journey begin? Was it always paddle from the beginning?
No, I was an ex-tennis player. And then after COVID, I moved to Cape Town and then I didn't play tennis at all. And then actually one day in 2023, one of my friends asked me to play paddle. I never ever heard about paddle in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Played it once and then thought, oh, wow, this is a pretty cool sport. I want to try and actually play more. And then I got invited by Siobhan and the top guys of playing paddle. And then slowly but surely, 2 years after, and the rest is history. So it was.
How was the
really-
first time for you, man? I mean, obviously tennis and paddle is actually very different, although we wouldn't think so.
I thought I was the best when I got on. I thought I was like, this is the easiest sport
Yeah,
ever,
yeah.
until I started playing with.
And you
the-
get
the
humbled
big guys,
by a little bit of
and I was like,
experience.
there's so much I still need to
Yeah.
learn about how to play paddle. And I was lucky enough to start playing with the top guys. I feel like if you, as a player, start playing with the top guys, your game improves a lot quicker.
Absolutely.
So yeah, everything. I was fortunate enough to start playing with them.
Nice, man. And speaking of the top guys, Siobhan, you're definitely one of them, man. You are, in my opinion, making an incredible scene when it comes to paddle and what's happening with us, what's happening with the growth in the sport. How did it start for you, though, man? I don't even know. What happened? How did it begin?
For me, I was at university at UCT, and I used to play tennis on the UCT tennis team with Adam.
Okay,
And
okay.
Adam's one of the people that's playing in the exhibition
Yes.
tonight. And one day I said, oh, Adam, I played this sport once or twice. Why don't we try it and play together? And immediately, he loved it so much, we said, okay, why not reunite the UCT tennis team into paddle, and we're going to enter random leagues and tournaments. And the first league and first tournament we played, we didn't know anyone, but and we didn't know the significance of it, but we won both, the
you're
league and the
joking, bro.
tournament.
What?
And then from there, I was studying law, you were studying physio.
Yeah.
We are not lawyers and we're not physios. We are only into paddle now.
So we go full-time athletes, but I think that just speaks to the hype of the sport. It
Yeah.
is such a hook. It has such an incredible like social element to it as well, and the physical element so much more demanding than you actually think. Though, let's talk about tonight's big exhibition. This is incredible for South Africa. I mean, I only get to watch these things on YouTube, and it's post the live event as well, so it's a highlight reel. But we get to see this thing live, and it's an incredible match. You're playing with Seba Nerone. I believe you mentioned Adam's also involved in that.
Yes.
How's it working? What's actually happening tonight?
I'm playing with Seva and Luan's going to play with Adam.
Okay, and are we just showing off skills here, or what's the purpose of everything?
Yeah, we're trying to see how we match up. It's always a great learning experience. Luan's played with a professional before, and you always learn something.
Yeah, and in terms of like your guys' positions, I know there's more of like a defensive position on the right-hand side versus more of like a maybe attack or a smash on the left. What positions do you guys play?
To be honest, I play both sides.
Are you just good everywhere?
I play. So what happens a lot, we as guys switch partners, and
Yes.
then we have some guys that's better on the left and some guys
Okay.
better on the right. So with Adam, I'll play on the right, but I normally play left, I normally play right. So it's always a mix-up.
All right, and Siobhan, you
I'm
also...
going to try to take full advantage of Seva's coaching ability. So I'm going to play on the left because that's where I mostly play. But mainly to get advice from him on improving my game on the left. But you know,
Okay.
if Seva says he wants to play left, he's going to play
Then you
left.
play left, yeah. And what, bro, how do you like come into a game like this, knowing that you're playing with like a 5-time world champion? Do you just like listen and become the student in that moment, or do you have this option where you're like, I want to show him what I'm capable of and like bring my best?
I definitely want to bring my best.
Yeah. And for you, Luan, is it obviously an opportunity for you to take on a 5-time world champion?
To be honest,
bragging rights.
If I can be honest, I'd rather want to play against him than with him.
Yeah.
I'd rather want to beat him and then.
Because you got an excuse if you lose against him, but you got
there's no
everything to
excuse.
win and gain here. And I think for the paddle scene in South Africa, what do you guys think in terms of its growth, not just for paddle in general, but for us as athletes? Do you think that we have that ability? Do we have the talent within players like you where we could match up with the guys of like the Tapias, the Kwelas, the Chingotos and the Galans? Do we have that ability?
Actually, a fun fact, I was speaking to Willie Lahos, the 2-time world champion,
Yes.
and Miguel Oliveira yesterday. And South Africa is the fastest growing paddle country in the world now at the moment.
Is that officially in the world?
Yes, in the world. Because
Wow.
Play Atomic was in South Africa 2 weekends ago to come to Joburg and try and grow the sport here, and we're the fastest growing in the world. And they said the only way that we can make the sport officially and us as South Africans playing on top level is we need a federation. So when
we don't have
race,
one?
No, not yet.
wow,
It's still,
okay.
paddle's very corporate related at the moment,
Yes.
so corporate companies is in it.
Yeah.
But I think the moment we get a federation, we're going to be able to compete in maybe the Olympics in 2028, if there will be Olympics, and then on a higher level and
Oh
international.
my word. Well, this is exciting to say the least, and I can't be more grateful that both of you are here. I want to thank you so much. Reminder, that event is happening tonight. You can catch all the details once again. We'll put that up for you, but I think it's happening at 7 o'clock, if I believe so.
Are you going to be there or not?
I'm hoping I can actually get out there, man, because look, if I'm seeing the two of you with these absolute champions, this is going to be a match that I've never been able to experience. I always say to the guys, I feel like I play like you, but when I watch it, I do not look anything like it. So I need to learn and humble myself completely and put that ego aside. So I'm very excited to see this. I'm hoping you can get down to Mzansi, and I'm hoping I can get some tips before the match tonight so that I can upgrade my Padel skills. That's happening in just a bit. Nice, gents.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Well, continuing the conversation all around Padel, Cape Town served our purpose with play at the Mazeballs Charity Padel Tournament. Now, this was a high-energy, family-friendly event, and it was held at the newly launched Padel Story Courts, and that is out in Oakdale in Durbanville. Now, with celeb matchups, live DJ beats from Newton on Good FM, and powerful community impact at its core, this tournament wasn't just about game day glory. No, it was about rallying support for sustainability and youth development initiatives. Now, we were there for the action, the vibes, of course, and the official ribbon cutting, and we've got the highlights just for you.
Amazeballs is paddle with purpose. What we're wanting to do is take old paddle boards, upcycle, recycle, and turn them into sustainable furniture, playgrounds, and really give back to the community. It's an initiative that we are deeply proud of and really want to make a difference, of course, to community.
As the owner of Padel Story, where we're at today, it's super important to be sustainable. A paddle ball takes 400 years to decompose. Obviously not great for the environment, not great for anyone. Amazeballs is doing such a great job taking these paddle balls and turning them into this beautiful furniture. And of course, at Padel Story, we love a good tale, right? And so we've jumped on board. We love what they do and we really want to support them.
Well, taking part in this Amazeball project has really opened ourselves to so many other opportunities that as designers we can take part into, obviously for sustainability and recycling materials and putting some old materials to good use as well. So it has obviously allowed even other students to take part and in real life projects and to make a change, a big difference, because obviously the balls last such a long time. It takes such a long time to decompose, so it's good to use them and to repurpose them and find a different meaning for them, to give them a bounce back.
I think a part of what we do will always involve sustainability because at CPUT Product Design, we strive for creativity, innovation, and how to make a product even better. But we've worked on a lot of sustainability projects, but it's quite nice to be working on a sustainability project that involves tennis balls because there's actually quite a lot to do.
I think a day like today is a fun day. We all get together, have fun, get physical, get active, but at the same time, there's a good cause, and that's a win-win situation. So I was only honored to be part of the day and part of this good cause.
It's all about family fun, getting out in Durbanville, getting onto some courts with the whole family, and just experiencing the fun game that Padel is around South Africa. We've also been given an opportunity to put our Amazeball spins into the Padel Story Oakdale Club. So anyone who's got old balls lying around at home, not knowing what to do with them, can come and put them in our bins, and we get them from all the paddle courts around the country. And as Les was saying, we turn them into amazing furniture through the incredible students at the Cape Town University of Technology.
Oh man, I absolutely love that. And as the gents are getting ready behind me to put Ralph through his paces when it comes to getting paddle fit, I'm so excited to see that. We're also going to, of course, refuel them with something so delicious. Speaking about Amazeballs, we're going to get into a no-bake Otis ball. Now, this is an energy snack that's definitely going to take their paddle skills to the next level. You can see them playing out in the background right now, and we'll get into that straight after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and happy extended Freedom Day for those of you that are just waking up. But officially, let me welcome you to the world of Padel. And it's absolutely been taking over. We had an incredible conversation with our superstars over here, and I think it's time for us to get ready for a paddle-powered segment as top players Luan Krige as well as Siobhan Davids take us through key shots and essential skills for beginners. Now, it's everything from mastering the basics to improving your technique. They're going to be serving up some tips and demos to help us hopefully turn into pros like these two over here. Gentlemen, firstly, I know that this is a paddle racket, but let's start from the beginning. I know it's hyped in South Africa. We all want to come into this game gung-ho and like show off our skills, but how do we even hold this thing to begin with? I think that's where we should start and educate Mzansi as well. So what's going on here, bro?
Okay, so the biggest problem in South Africa with the paddle players is how they grip the racket.
Yes.
Everyone grips the racket like wrong. So the main way to grip the racket is you put your hand on it and you slide it down, and you have a little bit of a gap.
Oh, but that
your
pointer
index
finger.
and the middle finger, that is for more flexibility, and you rather want to grip the racket lower than gripping it too high.
Okay.
Too high, there's not much flexibility. When you grip it lower, there is.
And I see you got a lot of like wrist flexibility there. That's quite
Wrist is more
important.
power and also can easily control the ball.
Okay. Now, I know obviously before we even play the game, I'm hearing so many people just gung-ho run onto the court and then they potentially injure themselves, especially us old bullies. Yeah. You know, once you get to like 40 and older, Achilles and things. So warming up is very important, Siobhan. What do you do before a game? Because we're putting our body into quite extreme sort of positions and situations when we're trying to play this game, right? What do you do to prepare ourselves to actually play the game? What do you got for us?
Yeah, so once you have just raise your general body temperature up. So jog on the spot, jump around.
Heart rate.
Just get your heart rate up just to get warm. That's the first thing. Then once you go through any like lunges or things that you know your body well, but your lower body is obviously important. But a lot of the injuries, especially for people who don't like to move a lot on the paddle court, you'll see a lot of people just stay at the back and just try to hit the ball. Yeah. There's two things. One, tennis elbow and wrist issues. Because you know when you don't reach, you just flick your wrist.
Just relying on the arm. Yes.
And that's why I use the bar. So this is just a rubber bar. You can get this from so many places, but the main thing that you want to do is just grip it and start flexing around just to warm your forearm up and wrist. And just activates the small muscles and allows you not to be unnecessarily wristy, and in the end range of movement, you don't get those injuries.
Can I feel that?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
really interesting, man. I've never worked with this. So you basically just like twisting it around.
Yeah, you twist it around with your forearm. You can do this while watching.
And I can feel it's actually working the
in the morning while watching the Expresso show, this is a good thing to just play around with.
I imagine a lot of people that are stressed at work and want to get rid of that stress. Just take it out on your warm up, and you'll get a lot of that aggression out. All right. So forearms are warmed. What's next?
Yes. Next, I recommend something for your shoulder. You can use any kind of elastic band.
Or any sort of stretchy band.
Yeah, any
you
kind of
can get
stretchy
these
band.
at various stores.
Most paddle clubs in the whole of South Africa will have at least one of these lying around because it's so important. You can do your spinal erectors. Around the world is just for all those rotator cuff movements.
Okay.
So the first time you see the ball in the air and you get ready to smash, you don't end your paddle career right there and then. So this is
let me feel this one as well.
medium resistance band. This is just for warm up.
Kind of just working those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is nice, man. Not just rotator cuff, but it's opening up the chest, the diaphragm.
Exactly.
It's stimulating my scapula as well. So I should do this, even if I'm not playing paddle. I think anybody can capitalize on this. Maybe even if you don't have something stretchy, you could replace it with a towel.
Yes, you can use a towel.
Nice hack. All right. So once we've warmed ourselves up, Siobhan, how do we get into like actually playing the game? Some tips on like how to accurately not hit it out the court, how to keep it in bounds, and how to get that perfect like sort of shots. Because I know there's a lot of angles the guys are using, a lot of cutting. Talk to me about this, bro.
Okay, so my best recommendation for anyone starting paddle is don't go back slow and then try to go fast on the follow through.
Like a tennis shot.
Instead, go fast backwards, get into position, then go slow forward. So it's the opposite of what you think. You think that you must wind up and then go fast.
Yeah.
Try to do the opposite. Get into position as quickly as possible. And, you know, while we were having the conversation, he said, like, the pros make it look easy.
They really do, man.
Exactly. And one of the main things is that they look like they have so much time.
Yeah.
And the best way to have time is to get into position early. So you'll see
give
them
yourself
wait.
time.
And that's how it gives the illusion from the outside, is that they have time. It's because they get into position early. Then when they get to the ball, it looks like they're not doing anything.
And I'm noticing that you guys have a very intentional movement with your body when you're hitting the stroke. You're not just taking the bat and hitting the ball, but you seem to put your whole body into it. Why is that so important,
More like,
Ron?
for me, it's more like control because the ball's coming normally so quick. And
Yes.
in paddle, we don't want to try and hit the ball too hard. As tennis players, yes, we want to hit the ball hard, but in paddle, it's more like we want to hit short shots.
Why not hit the ball hard in paddle? Just sink it,
Okay,
finish it.
If I can give my biggest tip in
Yeah.
paddle, I look at paddle as a chess game. So you have two guys on that side. You want to move one slowly to the side, and then there's a bigger gap. And then maybe if that guy moves with his partner, there's a gap. So the way to move people is soft shots against the fence.
Working
maybe
the
a lob.
angles,
There's like
exploiting
paddle
them.
is a slow game that you need to work, especially on the high level. It's not just us hitting it ball. We both hit pretty hard shots.
Yeah,
and
I've
it's
seen
eas-
that,
It's
yeah.
easier to get the hard ones back because of the glass, because the ball comes back. So you need to move guys around and then maybe hit harder later.
Hey. All right, okay. So get to position early. Don't hit the ball too hard. This is making sense. Anything else?
Anything else? Trust yourself. Some people just get on the court, they practice, and then they're always playing so one practice matches, and then when it comes to league matches and tournament matches, people get very tight. So I feel like in South Africa, we've been playing this sport for 3-4 years now. We're not professionals yet.
Yet.
We still have a lot of time to grow, and I feel like we just need to enjoy the sport and enjoy every tournament and play stress-free. The moment you play stress-free, your body is more in control.
I love that. All right. So I think the last thing here would be we've got an idea of how to warm up. We've got an idea of how to play the game. Where do we play? Do we just go anywhere? Anyone that's starting this off, how do they get into it from the very beginning? I mean, you just reach out to a local paddle club, I would imagine.
Yeah, so Playtomic is the main app that we use.
Yeah.
It centralizes paddle, kind of. Pretty much every club in South Africa is on it. And under there, you'll see competitions and academy. If you want a class, you click on academy at your nearest club. It'll already sort by location. That's how easy it is.
Perfect.
And you'll see intro to paddle classes, beginners paddle classes, beginners Americanos. And you don't even have to come with a partner. You can come by yourself, and they'll pair you up.
I think that's something I really enjoyed about the sport was that it had such a beautiful social element. So you want to meet like-minded people that are wanting to get fit and have fun, then you can do it because it links you up with so many incredible situations, people and places. So gents, I want to say thank you for being ambassadors of this
Thank you so much.
beautiful sport that's
so
growing
much,
in South
Alex.
Africa, for being the product of South Africa as well. I'm wishing you luck for the next of this game. 7 o'clock tonight. What's the venue, by the way? Is it the Epicenter?
Yes.
Yeah, Epicenter.
All right. Epicenter, that's where it's going to be. And you'll see Seba Nerone and Siobhan Davids going up against Adam van Hart, as well as Luan Krieger. These are our superstars of South Africa, some of the very finest. And if you want to see what paddle's really about, then you want to make sure you get down there early and take advantage of all these champions. But boys, thank you. You were incredible.
Thank you for having
I'm going to go practice on the courts now because I've got goals. I've got new goals. You'll see you on the cattle courts hopefully soon, Mzansi. Enjoy.
Now, whether it is a lunchbox snack, after-school treat, or even a quick bite between meetings, sometimes you just need something that is fun, something that's easy, and also definitely satisfying. And that is where Bacomo Oaties comes in. So today we're using their flavor-packed crunch to make no-bake Oaties snack balls. It's a tasty little bite that's playful, fuss-free, and perfect for on-the-go snacking. I definitely want to get into this goodness. I hope Raul will join me in just a little bit because I cannot snack alone. I think that's criminal. Okay, Raul, I'm going to refuel you.
No solo snacking allowed.
No solo snacking.
Wow, this is looking good, by
Isn't
the
it
way.
so good?
Wow.
Okay.
This is like a pre-workout, intro-workout for me. I'm seeing good
Dates.
ingredients. Dates, which is like the best energy starter.
Right.
We've got peanut butter with some protein and good fats. This is coconut.
It's coconut, it's
Come
a bit
on
of
now.
salt, chia seeds, the
Oh,
omega-3s
come
are
on
there,
now.
and a bit of vanilla essence because we can.
Yo, you know the way to my heart, huh?
And bananas.
Okay, I love this.
You confessed something to
I
me
confessed
earlier.
I have like, I don't know if this is normal, I have like 3, maybe 4 bananas a day. Everyone looks at me so shocked, like, oh, that's a lot of bananas, bro. Like, maybe I'm having too much. I don't know. You
No,
guys
I
let
don't
me
think
know.
there's such a thing as too much fruit, but
But it's working, I
a
think.
lot.
Oh, it's making me feel good.
Okay, that's good. That's all that matters.
So how are we doing this? This
All right.
is live, raw, fresh.
Yeah, I hope your
Are we-
hands are clean.
We're
'cause
cooking this as well. I need to actually
no,
wash them
it's
after the
no
paddle.
bake.
Let me
Yeah,
just do that.
You can do that while
Thank
I talk to you about this. So we've got a smashed banana. We're going to throw in some dates. Of course, we got to add our peanut butter in the mix. And there's no rules on peanut butter. Add as much as you want to. If people judge you on your peanut butter intake, those are not your people, okay?
Get real people,
Get
you say.
real people in your corner who understand the value of peanut butter.
Okay,
All
my
right.
hands are washed and clean. I'm ready to
Awesome.
assist you.
All right, so then we'll go in with some vanilla essence, just a little bit. Oops, flapsy. We'll go in with some chia seeds. And then, as you know, baking or not baking, salt is always a nice little inclusion.
Yeah, you want to balance out all those flavors, especially if it gets too sweet. I think it just
Yes.
grounds that sweetness and doesn't
Definitely.
overpower it. I'm more wondering about how this is going to mix together because these are thick
They are
ingredients. eh?
thick. Well, you get me a cup of OTs ready while I try
Ooh,
to
I was wondering when we're going to add
incorporate
some of this
this.
good stuff in here.
And you can go for any flavor of OTs. We've got the original going, but you have the chocolate, you have the bubble gum as well. And OTs was definitely my go-to growing up. I absolutely love them.
I didn't ever get too many of this until it was like later on, you know, maybe like, I think I got more like adventurous with my
Okay.
breakfast and started seeing all the colors and stuff.
Nice.
I actually love this without anything, like with
Just as
no
is.
milk. Yeah, I would have it. And again, I don't know if this is weird or not, but I would literally have like a dry bowl of it because I love the
that.
crunch
The
so
crunch is
much.
good, hey?
It was almost like eating a packet of chips for breakfast. I don't know how else to describe that, but just think of the luxury of like
I
just.
get you.
I just thought it was such a cool feeling. I love textures always.
Yes.
So I really love the crunch in it. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna get you
That's
to
looking
make
good.
balls out of these.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a bit more about Bacomo OTs. They're the perfect all the time, anytime snack made with real oats and also packed with grains, vitamins, and minerals for that delicious crunch that we were just talking about. Now, it's available in a variety of fun flavors, and OTs brings a playful twist to breakfast snacking and even dessert. So yes, you can have it as a dessert and as a snack. And then basically you're gonna make
using
a
the
ball
coconut, right?
and then you're gonna dip it in the.
Oh.
Yeah, so first
Okay.
make a ball. I
So-
also washed my hands.
So
I'm
should I
not-
use my hands here?
Yeah, I would
This
say
is so wild. Okay.
It's just for us.
It's so sticky.
It's so
Okay.
sticky.
So that goes in there, and then I'm gonna like what sprinkle this over,
Yeah.
like
Or just,
roll it
like, dip
around.
it in.
I suppose that's probably way easier. Just dip it in. Yeah. Your method's way easier.
Yeah, and then you have your
I'm gonna go with the
ball.
dipper. That is actually so fun. That is pretty
Isn't it
easy.
cute?
Yeah.
And then you have a bite of a bit of dates, a bit of peanut butter, a bit of banana, and
Nicely
no
done.
bake goodness.
Look at us.
Have it
That's
stick
pretty cool.
together. It is quite messy, hey?
I think that's the best part,
I
though.
know. Have fun in the kitchen. Why
Get to
not?
lick your fingers afterwards.
Yeah, after, not during.
No,
Unless
not
you're
during.
making it just for
Unless
you.
it's just for you,
Unless
then
it's
that's
just for
fine.
you.
Yeah, this
Which
is
I
pretty
won't blame
cool.
you if you do just eat this by yourself because it's absolutely delicious.
Oh, well played.
Look at that. And then that's the finished product over there.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I don't think we did too badly.
I think this is actually better than what Tiffany might
Wow,
have prepared
don't
earlier.
tell
Dare I
Tiff
say- no, I'm only joking.
that.
I will never ever compare what we've done with Tiffany because she put so much hard work into it. But wow, she's made this so easy for us. Look how simple and how easy this has come together. Obviously, Expresso.com, Zanji, you want this recipe, and I think the kids are going to love it. If you're waking up right now, prepare this right now.
I
It's gonna
think
be
you
perfect.
should. It's
Yeah.
so delicious. It smells incredible and definitely filled with so much nutrients. And from breakfast bowls to fun snacks, Bacomo OTs add the crunch, the flavor, and excitement to every single bite. And just like that, there is your no-bake snack balls. It's the Bacomo Powerball competition that we want to tell you a bit more about, giving you a big chance to win. And if you're curious as to how exactly to do that, this is it.
Start your day with Bacomo and start winning. Enter the Bacomo Powerball competition and stand a chance to win your share of 3 million rand in cash and prizes. Buy any participating Bacomo cereal, upload your till slip to Bacomo's WhatsApp line at 074 666 0900, and you could be selected to play live on the Bacomo Powerball game show, where even bigger prizes await. Competition closes 4 May 2025. Entry details and T's and C's at bacomo.co.za.
She's probably didn't even get a chance to finish losing my hands. You wanna? Can I? Obviously, I'll never do that to Rugby. I'm more grateful that he's here because it means that we get to chat about the hype of this weekend, bro. Did any of your premonitions come true?
No, I actually got quite a few wrong. Just embarrassing live TV. But,
All right, look, don't worry. We're going to bring you all the action coming through from URC. And let me tell you, South African teams did some things. On top of this, Norra's in the studio. I was hearing a sound check. And let me tell you, entertainment boxes are going to be ticked.
Yeah.
So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. The magic continues straight after this. Okay, I need to wash my hands.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up right here on S3. And listen, the weekend brought so much chaos, especially when it comes to sport. And in a dramatic round of the Vodacom United Rugby Championship action, the Bulls made history with their first ever win in Glasgow, 26-19. The Lions ended their losing streak with a 26-7 victory over Connacht. And the Stormers showcased ruthless dominance in their 56-5 thrashing of Benetton. And on top of this, the Sharks fought back from a 19-0 defeat to, a deficit, to claim a 22-19 win over Ulster. But listen, we're going to dive into more of this right now and unpack it. And Robbie Gillette is here to do exactly that, joining us to chat about the weekend's action.
Let's go.
Robbie, are you good this morning?
I am. With four South African team wins. You
How
take
cool,
that,
yeah, man.
Some proper victories as well.
And I want to talk about some of the predictions that we mentioned. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about when we're talking about history being made by the Bulls, but I want to dive into that Sharks game, bro. Because we had a lot to say last week.
We did.
We were slating some of the South Africans in the team. We were saying that they're just there, they're not showing up, they're not representing us. And then look what they did, dude. Wow.
It felt like a Bok win.
It did,
19-0 down, like dominating the first half, Ulster did, especially at home. The Sharks away from home, as I said how bad they were away from home. Well, they obviously showed me wrong. And then, coming back, Ulster was scoreless in the second half.
Bro, that first half, though, it looked like it was done and dusted. It looks like it was just going to be a second half of more of the Sharks going down. Look at these beautiful free plays just early in the game, like, 6 minutes?
And you think, like, you're watching this in the beginning, you go, oh, this could get ugly for the Sharks. And especially after what I was predicting, so I thought, okay, well, at least I'll look smart on TV. But then the second half had other things in mind. But
I think they heard you, man.
I think so too. But it's just good. I've done them a favour and they can thank me for it.
An incredible comeback. They fought with resilience, like you said. I think they didn't hold them to anything in terms of points. And
this was the crucial sort of turnaround for me here. Like 20 minutes left, and then it was just momentum's with them. And they just kept it, which I thought actually the Sharks have maybe struggled a little bit with this year. So they have momentum, they're sort of allowed to go away quickly. This last 20 minutes is all momentum Sharks.
But you could feel the players had something extra, and it literally felt like a World Cup game, bro. I couldn't have said that any better, man.
Yeah, we asked for the players to show their experience, and they did, didn't they?
Finally, and I'm sure that secured them in the top 8 for now.
Yeah, they'll be top 8.
Nicely
very slim
done.
chance that they get out of that.
Let's talk about the big one, the Bulls making history. Bro, that was a huge game. Obviously, it was 2 and 3 on the table playing against each other, so these were big guns.
Game of the weekend, I said.
You did say it,
and
man.
The Bulls just blew them out.
And I think it was a game of the weekend because seeing what the Bulls did there and making that statement away from home, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a big one.
It's the first South African team to beat Glasgow in Glasgow.
That's crazy.
And the Bulls did it with a couple of guys out of position as well. And I fancy the Bulls this year.
Can we talk about this man and his kicking ability?
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter where it was.
Did I,
Hey?
And also, like, crucial points. So they go 9-0 up in the first half, just taking their points. And it was a 7-point victory, right? So if he misses those go a little bit to
literally,
the right,
bro.
the game's
and
different.
you could kind of see at the end, Connacht were actually dropping their heads whenever they were conceding a penalty, or because you almost feel like that's 3 points that we're losing there.
Yeah.
That's how accurate this man was on the boot. But what a beautiful performance, making a statement not only for the Bulls, but I think for South African rugby as well.
It was a South African rugby DNA, wasn't it? It was brutal, it was physical. I think those Glasgow boys were. They were like up for it, but then I think after the first 10 minutes, they were like, yo, well, this hurts.
Yeah,
it was like
it does.
Volko low. Jan-Hendrik Wessels, I must say, he was incredible. Like, there's a try-saving tackle. We speak about 7-point victory. He came from about 20 metres out and tackled the guy, held him up.
Yeah.
And, he's just had a crack. He got man of the match, so fair
Man,
play to
listen,
him.
I don't know how you're going to find a man of the match for this game. The Storm is taking on an incredible match.
Yeah.
Dominating, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, it looks so good.
And this Benetton side's good.
That's the thing, they're not a bad side, yeah.
I was in the press conference afterwards, and there was two Italian captain and their outside centre sitting in the press conference. They're like incredible players.
Yeah, but you can imagine those centres are going up against like Sasha Feinberg in the Zulu, and the man is just throwing passes.
We speak about it every week.
It's like back of the hand, front of the hand, side. He's doing so well, and he's playing such a beautiful form of rugby. This is like running rugby from the backs.
It's
almost like a UCT varsity style of rugby coming through in such an impactful way. I'm loving what I'm seeing here, man.
And it's also just the forward dominance of the Stormers has been incredible. Also, think about, like, we're a little bit thin in the forward pack.
Yeah.
With all the injuries we've had. And they just come and who needs forwards when you got Sasha, right?
This is my thing, man.
Let's tap and go and score. And you speak about that flick out the back to Dan.
Look at this, that one right there. Come on now. After getting tackled in the air, come on.
The whole stadium's going, oh, he's just going to outplay.
Well, this is what the weekend's about. We don't have time, unfortunately, to chat about what I think was quite incredible. The Lions breaking off their bad luck, finally claiming a victory, and I think maybe having the potential to crack in the top 8. We've got to see how it plays out in the next few games. 3 games left, I think?
2.
2
games left.
Ooh, it's crunch time.
It's crunch time.
All right, well, Robbie, listen, we're going to be chatting again ahead of the weekend's action. Once again, I think we're heading into the next round. But, bro, you called some of it, so well done on the weekend's results. And I think this is a good time for South African rugby.
Yeah,
things are looking good, and I'm looking forward to the next few rounds of action. But thank you for coming through, delivering us with the goods and giving us the gears and Mzansi. Hopefully you can find out more action in time to come as we head into the weekend.
Thank you so much, gents. It's just gone 7 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines first, where Acting President Gwede Mantashe addressed the National Freedom Day celebrations in Ermelo, Mpumalanga, focusing on the country's progress in restoring dignity to its citizens. Now, he acknowledged the challenges South Africa faces, including infrastructure decline and high unemployment rates. Now, despite these issues, Mantashe emphasized the importance of celebrating freedom. At the same event, Gayton McKenzie of the Patriotic Alliance advocated for broader government unity, including more political parties to ensure effective governance. Now, the celebrations marked the 31st anniversary of South Africa's democracy. In other local news, a 350,000 rand reward has been offered for information leading to the discovery of 3 police constables who went missing on Wednesday while traveling to Limpopo. National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola confirmed the reward in an appeal for public cooperation. Now, the constables' families have expressed frustration over inconsistent information from authorities, adding to the uncertainty. The police continue their investigation, but the families remain in the dark as they seek answers about the mysterious disappearance. In your international news making headlines, U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, have urged progress on a Russia-Ukraine peace deal following a crucial meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Now, held at the Vatican shortly before the Pope's funeral, the meeting marked a renewed effort to revive faltering peace talks. Rubio stressed the urgency of reaching a resolution, warning that the ongoing war is draining resources. As Russia presses ahead with its military offenses, Zelensky voiced frustration over the lack of global pressure to force Moscow to end the conflict. Meanwhile, Namibian President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah dismissed Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, Mac Albert Hengari, following corruption charges. Hengari was arrested after allegations surfaced that he bribed a rape victim to remain silent. Now, this action reflects Nandi-Ndaitwah's strong commitment to fighting corruption in the government. Just before her inauguration, she vowed to take swift action against corrupt officials. Now, the dismissal of Hengari aligns with her stance on maintaining clean governance within Namibia's political system. And closing off with this story, over a century after the Titanic's fateful voyage, a heartfelt letter written by first-class passenger Colonel Archibald Gracie has sold for a record-breaking 8 million rand at auction in the UK. Penned on the 10th of April 1912, just days before the ship sank, Gracie's words reflected an eerie foresight as he spoke of awaiting his, quote, journey's end. The letter, posted from Queenstown, Ireland, survived the tragedy that claimed over 1,500 lives. Now, Gracie himself lived to recount the chilling night, later publishing a moving book about the disaster. Though his health never fully recovered, his story and now his letter stands as a touching tribute to human courage and also human endurance and the memories that refuse to sink. A definite heartwarming story to end off your 7 o'clock news. Let's delve into some sporting headlines. Here's Raul giving you the latest.
Yeah, welcome to the world of sport. And let me start off by saying, you'll never walk alone. Yes, because Liverpool crushed Tottenham 5-1 to seal their 20th English top flight title, matching Manchester United's record. Now, after an early scare, Luis Diaz, Alexis McAllister, Cody Gakpo, as well as Mohamed Salah led a dominant response at a roaring Anfield. Now, Destiny Udogi's own goal capped the rout as Arno Slot's side clinched the Premier League with 4 games to spare. Absolutely love it. Well, we carry on with sport and dive into the world of rugby. Now, the Vodacom Bulls clinched a 26-19 win over Glasgow Warriors, making history as the first South African team to win in Glasgow in the URC. Now, the Lions kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a 26-7 victory over Connacht. And all this while Stormers dominated Benetton 56-5, and the Sharks, trailing by 19 points, staged a thrilling comeback to defeat Ulster 22-19, securing a very vital win. Well, moving to the world of athletics, and local stars are dazzling. Yes, Akane Sambini dazzled with a 9.99-second victory in the men's 100-meter. And this was at the Diamond League in Xiamen, finishing ahead of Kenya's Omanyala. Marion Fari impressed as well with a third-place finish. And this was in the women's 100-meter hurdles in a time of 12.62 seconds. On top of this, Joanne Duplessis placed 6th in the women's javelin with a throw of 60.38 meters. Well, next up in the world of motorsport, Marc Marquez claimed his 5th consecutive sprint victory, and this was at the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez, extending his lead in the MotoGP standings with 135 points. Now, Alex Marquez finished 2nd with 20 points behind his brother, and Francisco Bagnaia secured 3rd, while Fabio Quartararo, after setting a course record, crashed out early. Now, Marquez remains undefeated in sprint races this entire season. Well, that's all things sport, and for now, let's dive into the world of weather.
Thank you so much, Raul. In developments from the devastating Cape Town fire that started on Friday, the Cape Town Metro Fire and Rescue Services last night appealed for donations, and that's of bottled water, energy drinks, energy bars, and non-perishable food for over 100 firefighters battling the blaze in Table Mountain National Park. Donations can be dropped off at Lakeside Fire Station. Now, residents of Barnyard and Silvermine have been evacuated, and the public is urged to avoid fire-affected areas. Street closed yesterday will still remain shut today, and 5 helicopters are assisting ground teams. Now, the South African Weather Service has meanwhile warned of extreme fire dangers across the rest of the Western Cape. We'll definitely keep our eyes out for that, and wishing the firefighters all the best as they keep things under control. For now, let's have a look at your sunrise view of the hour, and this one from our family, Niklas from Hartenbos, sharing this beautiful morning view with us. Wow, Niklas, that's absolutely stunning. In fact, it looks like one of those pictures that we need to frame right here in the Expresso studios, because you've done such a good job of capturing our beautiful long weekend morning. And thank you so much for sharing your morning with us. It's looking really good on your side of town. Remember that you can continue sharing your pictures on 063-036-9649, and that is our WhatsApp line to send on through what your morning is looking like on your side of the world. For now, though, let's see what your temperatures are looking like everywhere around the country.
Well, the weather's looking crazy out there. For some of us, it's looking good. But if you're in Cape Town right now, then hoping that you can stay safe. I'm urging you to stay away from the mountains. And as you can see, Table Mountain right now, even the view from our studio, as you can see, is clearly lit up. There is a proper chain of fire still spreading throughout the mountain. It's heading all the way from Noordhoek to Constantia, and it's getting big. So again, if you have any assistance with snacks, with beverages, please give it through and donate that if you can. And also just stay away from these areas because we don't want to add any congestion to these routes that are needed for our servicemen. Wow, a crazy task out there.
So crazy. So remember, it is water, it's energy drinks, non-perishable foods, and even energy bars to our 100 firefighters. And that can be dropped off at Lakeside Police Station. So if you're able to, please go ahead and do that as we get into some lotto for this morning.
Yeah, maybe you can use some of these winnings to assist the fires. I don't know. Well, you can start your Monday, obviously, by playing Daily Lotto, and you're going to be getting potentially an estimated 350,000 Rand in jackpot. So what are you waiting for? You want to buy your tickets now? You can do it in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. You can use the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs.
Absolutely amazing. Now, all these details are on our Expresso social media pages, so please go and check them out and get yourself in the running to win big. And I've got to ask you, will the 350,000 Rand Daily Lotto jackpot be yours? If you're nodding, yes, I believe you. All you have to do is play now to find out more.
Yeah, now somebody that's come through this morning to play for us is someone that we cannot wait to celebrate, and we're going to have a conversation. We're going to tick the box of entertainment and also celebrate new music. And I'm talking about none other than Norra, who is here this morning. Let's put our hands together. Let's say good morning to this queen, the soul. And Norra, I think, is going to give us something raw, something real, and a perfect start to our Monday.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for it.
Can't wait to hear the song Spook that she'll be playing for us. And Dance Dance. It's going to be such a good time. Just you and I together. Norra's here with the entertainment. All you have to do is stay right there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi, the extended edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this extended day of Freedom Day. As we celebrate Freedom Day, let's celebrate some singers and some beautiful artists at that. And I'm talking about South African singer and songwriter Norra, who is shaking up the scene with her emotionally charged, genre-blending sound, which is bringing something bold, something fresh, and I think after you witness it, absolutely unforgettable. And all the way from Cape Town to New York, she's bringing a bit of global flair with local soul, having released 2 recent singles, Spook and Dance Dance. So before we even dive into her magic, let's take a sneak peek at her talent. Check this out.
Diep in jou bors, my kind, jy sal omvang. Ons baie brand uit mekaar. Daar waar die stof bly staan, onder die wilde maan. Daar waar die stof bly staan,
Yes, let's give her a feel-good welcome. Wow, Norra, I mean, you're looking radiant, you're looking stunning in that tangerine. And thank you for sharing your morning with us. We just got a look now at Spook, and of course, we'll get to listen to it live. But I want to get into more of the details of this song. It is beautiful, but also haunting at the same time. What is it about, and what inspired you to write this?
Well, it was actually written during lockdown in the pandemic. A lot of time for self-reflection.
Yes, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a breakup song. So it really has that, you know, a feeling of going through change and a shift and accepting what's to come and shaking off everything that has happened. So it's really a song about transformation and, yeah.
Almost like a liberation, allowing you to get into a new form of yourself. And would the new form of yourself then require Dance Dance to be your soundtrack? Because I feel like once you've gone through this process, you can then go and celebrate, right? This is so, again, obviously talking about the single that was released 26th of April, something that you're going to be performing later. But talk to me about this one, also something fresh that we can celebrate.
Yes, Dance Dance is really an upbeat, hype song, and I love it. I love performing it with the band, with the guys. And it's a funny one. You have to listen to the lyrics because it's actually a light dance that goes into a bit of a dark dance. It's a dance between love and wanderlust. So, yeah, but it can sure party.
Oh, yeah, that is what we're here for. It's a long weekend for a reason, and we definitely want to make sure that we tick that box as well. Now, tell me a bit more about the Durbanville Haze Concert Volume 4 that goes down this weekend.
Oh, this weekend we are so excited. We have Jackie and Riku Lati. They're going to be performing, Hanru Niemand, myself, Yaku and Calvin from the Norra band, and it's a really intimate affair. About 30 people we're usually allowed to come and join this at the house where I grew up in.
Wow.
So it's really, every volume has been real magic, and we take all the chairs and couches on the stoop outside and blankies on the grass, and we just enjoy this beautiful picnic house concert vibe.
That sounds awesome. Nice, intimate, real connection. I love that. What's happening on the 29th of May as well? Because I believe House of Machines, Dance is going to be performed there, but you're also going to be shooting something.
Yes.
Is it a music video, dare I ask?
Yes, we're kind of going to be shooting the live video for Dance Dance. So if you want to be on a video, people...
Oh, wait, so this is open for people to come in?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a free show, actually, a House of Machines, and my favorite bar in Cape Town, I have to say.
It's so cool there,
They have amazing acts there, always, and
Hang on, I'm picturing this. So Dance, it's a partytjie treffer, right? People are going to be jolling.
Yes.
It's going to be a House of Machines. You're going to be recording it. This is going to be the coolest music video ever. This makes sense. Okay. So everybody that's potentially there is going to maybe be featured in the video too?
Yes.
How cool.
I love that. The 29th of May is when this happens. Oh my goodness. Should people prepare themselves? Should they come dressed?
What should they wear? Do they need to be a tangerine?
They can wear tangerine, yes.
I love that.
Okay, I love that. That is so cool.
Exciting.
Again, is that something that might be released soon this year as well? How long would it take to actually put a music video together? Because we just get to see the beauty of the front end, but I know there's a process that goes into it. Do you have any idea how long it takes?
Well, the process and idea, of course, you need to conceptualize a little bit. But no, the guy I work with, he's lekker vinnig, guys.
Oh, I love this for you.
So I would say beginning June.
Oh, that's soon.
So listen, the 29th of May, if you're trying to be famous and join Norra and her crew, make sure that you go there in the Mother City. House of Machines is where she will find you. Let's talk about your collaboration with Calvin Bierkus and multi-instrumentalist. You mentioned him earlier, Yaku Music. How has that process been for you? How has that creativity coming together influenced your own artistry?
Oh, guys, it has been magic.
Yeah.
It has been real magic. I feel so blessed to have met these guys, and it happened so randomly. And now I don't feel so alone in this musical journey anymore. We have a real special connection, and I think that is sometimes rare to find. So yeah, I'm just in bloom.
Wow, that's a beautiful way to put it. In bloom. This is you guys just having a good time together. I guess the synergy's there as well, especially when it comes to creativity and music. That's what you want to feel, that organic connection between you guys, eh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
I love
about
how you
that.
mentioned that you actually felt alone before this, because we don't think that of artists that are expressing themselves. And I think this is a reminder that right now, this is your moment to feel so polar opposite to alone, because the entire country is going to be celebrating your music with you live this morning. And I can't be more grateful for that. So, Norra, thank you for coming through and just sharing a bit of your energy and your soul with us. I think we really appreciate it. But most of the fact that you put it into your music. And Mzansi, that means we get to experience it right now. So, Norra, I'm going to let you go off and do your thing while we just sit here and reminisce on your magic.
Yes, and that beautiful dress. My goodness, I need the details on that. And do remember, Mzansi, that near the end of the show, a poll is up on our social media. You get to decide the lasting and ending song, the cherry on the cake that Norra will perform for us. And there it is right there. Is it going to be Stronger by Amy Winehouse or Stand Up by Hindi Zara?
Oh, those are big ones.
Those are huge ones,
wow.
eh? That's a decision that you can make right now as Norra gets into her first track.
Let's go.
Hello everyone. So ons gaan vir julle spook speel. Breakup song met all about transformation. So hier gaan ons.
Steek jou aan diep in jou bors, my kind, jy sal hom vind. Ons baie brand uit mekaar. Daar waar die stof bly staan, onder die wilde maan. Daar waar die stof bly staan, spook jou spore sans. Verbazend vry. Rou oor die spasies waarin tyd verdwyn tussen jou en my. Ons baie brand uit mekaar. Daar waar my hart bly dans, onder die wilde maan. Daar waar my hart bly dans, spoor jou spore sans. Spoor jou spore sans.
Norra, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that. I felt that spork in my skoa here, and it just didn't want to stop moving and jamming to that one. And we're not going to stop for the entire morning. Norra's not going anywhere. We're going to be bringing you more of that new music and more of the options that you get to choose when it comes to what music gets played right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So can't wait for that.
I absolutely love it. We're also talking about endless fun season that goes down out in Durban. Yes, our girl Ayana G. Tabete got to be on the ground with UKZN Tourism and had a fantastic time just exploring what Durban has to offer.
Durban really is a prime gem and a playground at that. And we're not going to just stick to KZN because we're going to bring it to our kitchens and talk about nostalgic flavors when it comes to good food, good meals, and good preparation of those meals, because we're going to give you all the deeds. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. A lot to look forward to and plug you in on right around the corner.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening up right here on S3 and celebrating our extended long weekend. A lot of you waking up this Monday morning, and we got you, especially when it comes to nostalgia. And I think there's something about a good holiday meal that instantly takes you back. And whether it's slow-cooked stews, a roast with all the trimmings, or that one recipe your family always fights over for the last helping. Now, today we're celebrating those cozy moments and the flavors that bring us home. And joining us in studio, someone who knows all about that. Sipa Mandla Bingwa in the building, the brand manager for Mrs. Balls at Tiger Brands. Bings, big welcome, man. How you doing, bro?
All good, Rai. All good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited, and I'm actually very grateful because what I've been reminded of over the last few weeks as we've been incorporating Mrs. Balls into our food, bro, real nostalgia, real memories for the culture, for my family, and it's even maybe want to like incorporate new traditions as well. But let's talk about this new campaign, right? We're talking about Bring Flavor to Your Table campaign. Not like we need a campaign to celebrate Mrs. Balls, but what's this one about?
Yeah, so the whole campaign is around festive, not festive recipes. It's all about holiday recipes.
Holiday
Recipes. It's holiday season. We know that there's a lot of cooking. People are back at home. So we've asked South Africans to show us how they add Mrs. Balls into their holiday recipes, right? We speak about Bring Your Flavor. Mrs. Balls, all about flavor. So we've asked participants to show us how they bring that flavor onto their meals. All they need to do is they take a picture, they post it on social media, they tag the brand, and they enter into the competition.
Simple as that, man. And listen, we're going to keep plugging in on this competition because it's incredible to say the least. But I want to talk about how this chutney has so many different options in terms of these meals and varieties we're talking about. I think Mrs. Balls doesn't even know how well its product works in so many ways, right? Do you think there's a reason behind this? What has made this recipe so timeless since 1912 that I don't even think, have they ever changed the recipe since then?
No, they haven't.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's been the same recipe ever since. And I think it's quite an iconic recipe, something that a lot of South Africans resonate with.
Absolutely.
I think it's something that we've grown up with for so many years, you know, whether it's family traditions or any just family gatherings, it's something that we all resonate with.
And it's something that, I mean, you know, we have changes in this world and our flavor profiles change. People demand things that are maybe more sweet, more sour. this evolution is constant. Have you never ever thought that, hey, maybe we should start like just tweaking that recipe a bit to serve this demand, or has it just been a win since day one?
Yeah, I think for us it's been very important to maintain our original recipe.
Yeah.
It's our unique selling point, and it's definitely one thing that set us apart from all our other competitors. But I think over the years, the brand has evolved. We have introduced other variants into our portfolio.
I've noticed that, man, and it's so cool to see, yeah.
Such as the jalapenos, the sweet chili,
Yes.
and also the hot chutneys. And once again, that appeals to another different audience, those that have a slightly adventurous taste palette.
Steak blachang. That's what the Saffers love when it comes to the heat. Now, the campaign itself, you mentioned we're talking about holiday comfort, shared memories, and literally every time we cook a meal and talk about it, I cannot not think about a memory from my childhood.
Yeah.
The way it's either incorporated into the meal or a side dish or something. It's weird how much of my childhood Mrs. Balls has been a part of, man.
Yeah.
So is this what I think you're wanting to connect with when it comes to the consumer? Is this what Mrs. Balls is about in terms of its identity and how it resonates with its people?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Mrs. Balls is it's a very nostalgic product. The minute you taste Mrs. Balls chutney, it brings back a lot of childhood memories.
Yeah.
Right, it's a product that's been passed around the table for so many years, right? And what we've tried to do with this campaign is bring back those childhood memories and get people talking about Mrs. Balls.
Man, I'm so looking forward to this, and I know that there are so many traditions evolving and so much growth happening right here. Do you see yourself ever changing from the norm? And I mean, now that you have these new variants, have you been cooking new meals because of it?
No, 100%. It's always nice to experiment around the kitchen, bring in all the other flavors, and just bring flavor and life into your dish, right? Obviously, we all prefer our original recipe, but every now and again, experimenting is always good.
So I know we didn't even expect it, but we've gotten these new variants. What else is there in the pipeline? Is there anything that you're allowed to tell us that we can look forward to?
Yeah, look, I think core has always been food, you know, so we've got some nice innovations that are coming up over the next year or so. And the whole idea is to tap into the consumer trends, how consumers make and eat food. So stick around for the next 12 months. There's some exciting innovations.
Oh, man, listen, we're definitely going to stick around. We're still going to be diving into so many recipes that you can create with Mrs. Balls chutney. But right now, I want to urge you to not go anywhere because Bings is going to be helping us whip up a mouth-watering, nostalgic winter dish in the kitchen. And it doesn't stop there because we'll also be revealing this week's lucky 4,000 Rand winner in the Mrs. Balls Bring Flavor to Your Table competition. And I want you to stay tuned because here's every reason on how to get involved in this incredible competition. Good luck.
Bring flavor to the table with Mrs. Balls this holiday season. Show us how you use Mrs. Balls chutney in your holiday meals and you could win a share of 40,000 Rand. It's easy. Just comment on the competition post with your dish on Facebook and X. On Instagram, share your creation to your feed and tag us both. Don't forget to use the hashtags Mrs. Balls and bring your flavor to the table. So grab your favorite Mrs. Balls chutney, get creative in the kitchen, and let's bring the flavor to the table.
Speaking about bringing all the flavor, we're kicking off the Durban Endless Fun Season campaign with our very own girl, Ayanda Jitabete, on the ground in the heart of Durbs. From breathtaking natural beauty and rich cultural safaris to world-class shopping and bold, flavorful cuisine, Durban still has so much more. More adventures, more attractions, more events, and more unforgettable experiences for every single kind of traveler. Let's have a look.
Welcome to the Zulu Kingdom Feel Good family. Today we kickstart the Endless Fun Season campaign in Durban. Join me as we take a tour of the city's diverse attractions, from world-class shopping centres to vibrant market scenes, all the way through to cultural safaris. Are you ready? Let's go.
I think part of the draw card for Durban, specifically for our local tourists, is that it's quite easy to get to. People from Johannesburg can do a self-drive or they could fly. And international tourists enjoy our warm weather. So it's an all-round destination, which is a real plus point. A weekend in Durban could be whatever you want it to be. So you could sip cocktails by the pool and overlook the ocean. You could be on the beach. You could surf in the waves. You could take a gondola ride on the canals. You could visit our aquarium. Then we have our township tourism as well, so you could enjoy authentic meals. And we have a large variety of cultural places to visit.
Michelle, thank you for having us in this absolutely gorgeous space. Please can you give us a brief overview of what PZulu Safari is all about?
When you come to PZulu, what you will find is a one-stop destination. And that is why we are so popular with tour operators and with families. You literally arrive and you can go and visit our reptile park, you can have a guided tour, you can go on a game drive into the Valley of the Thousand Hills, you can visit our Zulu dancers and experience an absolutely magnificent Zulu dancing show. You can visit our restaurant. We've got a wide range of food here, including crocodile burgers and warthog burgers, and of course, 2 curio shops.
I must say, as a Zulu girl myself, hearing that just makes my heart want to sing. I enjoy being here. I feel fully immersed in my own.
Oh, that's great. That's what we like to hear.
Do you have any promotions or packages available for families?
At PZulu, you can come in and it's 500 Rand for an adult, 350 Rand for a child, and you can actually experience 3 activities. So you can have a 1-hour game drive, you can experience the Zulu dancing show, a Zulu tour, and a reptile tour.
Durban is known for many things, having beautiful attractions, beautifully spirited people, and being the warmest place to be. But one thing that is not highlighted enough is the cuisine. So we're making a stop at Oscar's Cafe in Hillcrest to find out why so many people stop here. Let's check it out together. Andrew, ever since I got here, people have been raving about Oscar's. What is it about this place that makes it so unique?
I think it's really just got to do with our service, quality of food we offer, and it's a home away from home in the Hillcrest area. So everybody that comes to Oscar's just knows what to expect. And most people that do come here all know each other. So it's actually a very nice, environment for something like that to happen.
I really love to jump into the aesthetic of this gorgeous place. I see we have cushions that almost mimic the landscape of Durban. What was the inspiration behind it?
I think the inspiration was to keep it homely and give it a nice feel, a warm feel. I think it's a phenomenal area for people to visit. As we know, we've got the beautiful sea and warm waters, but this upper Hawa area has also got something phenomenal to offer. And we invite people to come and enjoy our space as well as others around us.
Sure, that looks cool.
It looks so good. Durban, we have a date, I think.
Absolutely. I think it doesn't matter when it is in the year. If you've got some free time and you've got some extra moolah, go make the occasion one to remember and get over to KZN. I think there's an invitation to enjoy everything from Easter to winter seasons. It doesn't matter. As long as you get there, as long as you experience it, there's so much to enjoy. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Now, for more info on where to go, what to taste, and how to play, please go ahead and visit visitdurban.travel. Or you can go ahead and follow them on social media at DBN Tourism. And I'm telling you, so much goodness awaits you.
Absolutely. And there's still a lot of goodness to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, especially when it comes to serving up the belly. And we've got a veg curry that's going to be made with pomegranate seeds. So yeah, taking veg curry to private school.
I think so. There are levels to this game, clearly. Not only that, we're going to check out what has been trending on TikTok, specifically to do with the Ice Bucket Challenge. And of course, that is for a good cause. So we'll find out all those details straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, an extended celebration of Family Day and Freedom Day. And I think this week we're going to be taking you to special places as always. Now, something to do is build a sanctuary or create something exceptional at home. So why not head to Mpumalanga with a team at Buco Malelane? And this is where they share their commitment to getting the job done right the first time. And that's by investing in trusted quality like Plascon Wall and All. And that's going to allow effortless application, long-lasting results, and unbeatable value on any project. Let's check it out and let's get inspired.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Buco Malelane in Mpumalanga.
Buco Malelane, the store has been operating as a buildware hardware for the last 25 years. It changed its name to Buco since 2013. Buco Malelane strives to serve its customers with absolute professionalism. We believe we can give you anything you need in buildware and hardware. We aim to have the diversity to serve all the customers in that areas. We focus on 5-star lodges, hotels, and then also right through to the rural builder that's building a little small room at the back of his house. The best hardware store is because we provide the variety and the customer can get whatever he wants here, even if it's not underneath our roof. We will find it for him. The Plascon brand has got a full variety, covers all your needs. It's a good quality product and it is value for money. My favorite Plascon product is definitely Wall and All because it can do whatever you need. You can use it inside, outside, you can do it on your ceiling. It goes the whole 9 yards and it's a very good quality guaranteed paint. My DIY tip is that you would, with planning and preparation, you can make your DIY project a lot more enjoyable and easier. My DIY motto is, although saving on the labor, please don't save on cutting corners on the product. Follow the instructions as needed.
Today's handy heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
All right, yes, we are in the kitchen to cook up something absolutely delicious. Now, we had a great chat, of course, with brand manager of Mrs. Balls, Sipho Mandla, about what it really means, to bring flavor to the table with Mrs. Balls. And now he's joining us in the kitchen as we roll up our imaginary sleeves and get ready to cook this week's winning recipe from Gresham Madan. Now, this one is a mouth-watering spicy veg curry, but the kicker is that it's got some pomegranate seeds on top for that extra burst of flavor. But congratulations to Gresham Madan. You are our next winner of 4,000 Rand. That is coming your way. And I'm pretty sure we've just made your long weekend that much better. All right, Bings, we're in the kitchen. About to cook something delicious.
Yeah.
You look like somebody that likes protein. How do you feel about a veg curry?
I don't have much of these, honestly.
Okay.
More about meat. I love my meat. But every now and again, just to keep the balance, I think a veg curry.
Right, it is a Monday, so we're going to put the nyams aside and definitely go into some meat-free goodness. And this one has got the onion sauteing, so I do want to put you to work.
Yep.
I'll turn this up a little bit, so let's swap sides, and I will be your sous chef. So we're going to go in with some pepper, garlic powder, and ginger powder. You know you need ginger when it comes to curries, of course.
Yeah, just for that additional flavor.
Exactly. And then this is curry spice or curry powder. You can go in with everything. Don't be shy, don't be shy. There you go. We'll go in with some tomato paste.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about spice?
Look, to be quite honest, I'm not a person that enjoys a lot of spices.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look, I have one spoon of spice and then my eyes start to tear up, so...
Not the eye tearing. Okay, so then maybe just do a little bit of this. We'll just go in with a touch of... Oh, you can put a little bit more, Bing.
Bit of a sprinkle.
Okay. Then we're going to go in with some soy sauce for extra umami. Oh, okay.
Fine. You said you liked spice?
I mean, I didn't say that. I was asking if you like spice. There you go. And then, of course, we've got to season with salt and pepper.
Yep.
And then we've got to go in with our star ingredient. So we've got the Mrs. Balls jalapeno. What is your favorite, Mrs. Balls? Am I allowed to ask you that?
Yeah, you can. Obviously, we've got a lot in our range. Sweet chili, jalapeno, hot peach. My favorite is the original.
The original?
I like to keep it original.
The OG?
The OG.
Okay, what's your favorite way to eat it?
Look, it's always good in prep,
Yeah.
just to bring that aroma and flavor, but also as a topping as well.
Yes. Or like it's something you dip in on the side.
On the side as well, if you have
Yum.
chicken strips
Yes.
or some chicken wings.
I love it with eggs.
Mm-hmm,
It's my favorite thing, like with a fried egg. And then also, have you had grilled cheese with chutney?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness,
No,
it's
I
going to
haven't.
change your life. I promise
haven't.
you it's going to change your life. All right, so then the spices are cooked off. We'll go in with some apricot jam. So we're bringing in some sweetness with the recipe, right? We do have the jam, but also we have Mrs. Balls.
Yes.
I don't have to tell you this, but we already know it's preservative-free. It's made with real fruit. This one has got an extra kick in it because
Yeah.
it's jalapeno. So let's go in. Let's see how you distribute your Mrs. Balls in there.
Cool. Lady of the moment.
Lady
This
of
is
the
our jalapeno variant.
Yes.
And it's got a bit of a kick to it.
Uh-huh.
For those that have got a slightly adventurous taste palette,
Okay.
this is the one for you.
There you
Thick,
go.
thick, thick.
Nice.
That's
I
fine.
love that you're so generous with her as well. For somebody that doesn't like spice, this is very interesting, eh? But I think the sweetness is gonna kind of temper the spice as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
And then
100%.
after that, we'll go in with our veggies
our
and our
veggies.
water.
Yes.
So when you're ready, you can chuck in our carrots, sweet
Yep.
potato, and our butternut.
Here we go.
But I know, Binks, you would add some chicken in there as well. But
For
this is a
protein.
great, yes.
100%.
Or chickpeas.
Yeah, that
Yeah?
works. That works as well.
Okay, when you're ready, I've got some water for you.
Let's
As
chuck
I
in
tell
the
you a bit
water
more
there.
about Mrs. Balls. Once again, I don't have to tell you much, but I love that you came matching the product today. That's so good to see.
You know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? I see you, I see you. The Mrs. Balls jalapeno chutney adds a bold kick to everyday meals, delivering just the right amount of heat that South African taste buds absolutely love. Now, it is crafted with the perfect balance between jalapeno spice and sweet fruitiness. It is so versatile, such a great addition to curries like we're doing today, and also wraps, sandwiches, like I said, that grilled cheese, and even baked dishes. Now, I mentioned before, it is made with real fruit with no preservatives, and it's definitely a pantry essential for many South Africans. Here's the thing, do you put this in the fridge or do you leave it outside the fridge?
Either or, but I prefer
Yeah.
it inside the fridge. There's this myth that if something stays in the fridge, it lasts longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, growing up, my parents would always just leave it in the pantry, and I always thought, but I guess it is something that will last with the sugar, right? Okay, we'll throw in some water, just get that going. And what's really special is that we're adding pomegranate seeds on the top. Have you ever had curry with pomegranate seeds?
I think, yeah. I spent a bit of time in Durban. And you know,
Okay.
the cooking culture in Durban is a lot of curries with a lot of spice. So I've had a lot of those back in the days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this something that you would have eaten there as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% with your rotis.
Yes.
You know, that spice always comes through in a roti, and nothing tastes better than a chicken roti.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Even like a minced curry in a roti, we say roti in Cape Town. Also, we have something called salome. So that's like when the roti and the curry are mixed together, and then
Okay.
it's already served like that.
Okay.
It's so delicious, and it's just stuffed with goodness. I can imagine something like this too. I would serve it with rice. How would you eat this?
Yeah, definitely with rice. It's a nice warm meal for your cold winter evening. 100% rice is the way to go. And also with some meat on the side for the protein lovers.
Why not? Why not? I'm not mad at that at all. Hopefully Grisham will forgive us for putting some nice red meat or chicken with this. I can imagine it will just take the flavor to the next level. But well done. You have created a delicious... Oh.
You know how the guys shake hands?
No, I
It's
don't.
like that. That's the way.
Am I a guy? I'm not a guy, Bing. Come on. I did get taught this one, though, when
Which
it's
one,
like this, and then you do that.
Oh, okay, that's another one.
Yeah.
Then you finish off with this.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes, because power to the veggie curry. I absolutely love that. Delicious, delicious chutney that we're using today. And it brings so much richness and depth to veggie meals, especially one-pot wonders like this amazing dish that you saw us put it together in absolutely no time. So whether you're looking to spice up your meal prep or even add an easy burst of flavor to your favorite recipes, as you know, the Mrs. Balls jalapeno chutney does all the heavy lifting for you. And if you'd like to try this hearty recipe, make sure you head to expressoshow.com and get in on all the action, because there is just something about flavor that brings us all together. And a big thank you to Bings for joining us in the kitchen today for some cooks and some chats. Hopefully you'll be back to make, what is your favorite thing to make?
Chicken,
Yes.
rice, and vegetables.
Okay.
That's simple.
Next time you come, we're going to make that because this makes a great marinade too for chicken,
100%.
right?
Nice topping.
Delicious topping. All right, well done to us. Binks and I created something so delicious for you, and I hope that you too will try it. End up with some pomegranate seeds, and you have a 10 out of 10 recipe.
Bring flavor to the table with Mrs. Ball's this holiday season. Show us how you use Mrs. Ball's chutney in your holiday meals and you could win a share of 40,000 Rand. It's easy. Just comment on the competition post with your dish on Facebook and X. On Instagram, share your creation to your feed and tag us both. Don't forget to use the hashtags Mrs. Balls and bring your flavor to the table. So grab your favorite Mrs. Balls chutney, get creative in the kitchen, and let's bring the flavor to the table.
Hey, listen, now that looks absolutely delicious. I'm telling you, there's so much that you can do and be inspired by when it comes to Mrs. Ball's chutney. I'm inspired by that next meal that Binks was talking about. Chicken, rice, and veg. Is that the secret to the buys? Then I'm going to be making that meal all week long. Now, Mzansi, a lot to still look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to still be chatting about the USC Ice Bucket Challenge. Yeah, it's been trending all over TikTok, and we're going to give you a first scoop at exactly what's going down. And then let's dive into some very pertinent conversations because the financial situation in South Africa is looking very promising. It seems like there's been a reversal on our VAT increase, and we're going to discuss this, educate you, and find out how things are going to be moving forward. So you've got a lot to look forward to just around the corner. Don't go anywhere. Maybe grab a coffee, and then we'll see you soon. Okay, can I get some of this?
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hey, you Mzansi-licious people, you. Welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening up right here on S3. And let me tell you, this Monday, yes, it's a public holiday. Yes, you're waking up right now, but I'm already exhilarated by all that has gone down. And we're going to hopefully keep that going right now as we discuss something that's been taking over our social media streams. And TikTok has been buzzing with what we are calling a new ice bucket challenge. I'm dying to find out more about this, and that's why myself and Carissa are going to discuss with you what's going down and some of the people participating in this challenge right now. And let me tell you, it's a viral dance challenge. It's a, sort of like a laugh out loud comedy skit, and TikTok is where it is beginning. It's some of the biggest moments which are born, and we're going to be diving into these trends right now. So Carissa, you're ready to bring the people the next challenge of the day. What's been trending?
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if you can throw your mind back to 2014 when the Ice Bucket Challenge was all the rage.
ILS one.
The ALS,
yes. ALS, yes,
exactly.
I remember that one.
And it was just basically shining a light on this this illness that basically many people deal with in silence, and then people were like, okay, we're all gonna jump on this and make sure that in a fun way, an interesting way, we definitely are going to get involved. I mean, those are a couple of celebrities that did it. I know that it definitely took over in South Africa as well. And it's all about a progressive neurodegenerative disease that causes the loss of muscle control. And we've seen this happen to many people. I think Joos van der Westhuizen is one of those individuals.
Yeah, it was so scary to see it play out. And I think South Africans got a real first first-hand resonation in terms of how this thing plays out and how devastating it really is. But listen, this is something that we just mentioned now, obviously began in 2014, but now there's something new. These students at the University of South Carolina, that's USC for short, are giving the Ice Bucket Challenge a powerful revival, and this time for a cause closer to home. Now, this is the hashtag Speak Your Mind Ice Bucket Challenge, and it was launched by the USC's Minds, and that's the Mental Illness Needs Discussion Club, which was created in memory of a student who died by suicide. Now, the goal, if you're wondering, and it's to break the stigma around mental health and encourage people to be open, to be honest about conversations, treating mental health with the same importance as physical health. And doing this all by nominating someone that you're not just passing the challenge along to, but you're showing them that you're a safe space. Show someone that they can truly speak their mind to. And I think that's the symbolism behind this challenge, is to say, hey, I'm putting my hand up as someone that's going to say, arms are wide open, ears are listening, let's have that discussion and let's do something important and have impact here.
Incredible. I think mental illness is something that we can speak on the rooftops about because often it's a silent killer. But before going on, let's have a look at some of the videos that have been posted.
Yeah, first one we're going to be diving to. Let's have a look at it and we'll just talk about it now.
Oh my goodness, 2-year-old Miles. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
poor baby.
Come on now.
Oh man, that is so adorable.
That's just perfect, honestly, and clearly showing you that the Ice Bucket Challenge and this one has no age limit. I mean, seeing this youngster doing it, that was just inspiration. And now we move to our American TikTok royalty, Hailey Khalil, better known as Hailey Bailey. She took to the challenge after being nominated, and I think this one is definitely worthy. Check it out.
Okay, I have been nominated to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, and if you don't know what that is, it originally went viral to raise awareness for ALS, which still does not have a cure, but this time around it is the USC Speak Your Mind Challenge, which raises awareness for mental health and all those struggling with mental health, because we all know how important mental health is and having access to resources. I nominate Mr. Beast, Brooke Monk, and Carter Kench. You're next. You have 24 hours to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. There's ice in it. Proving that there's ice in it because people are going to call me out and say that there isn't. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
You definitely do. Oh.
Nice. That is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Man, ice, baby.
How
I love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
So we heard Hailey Bailey also say that she nominates Mr. Beast.
Beast,
so
yeah, cool
let's check out his video. Absolutely
he replied.
incredible.
Nice, mate.
I was nominated by Hailey Bailey to do the USC Speak Your Mind Challenge. We donated $5,000 to their charity. We also donated $5,000 to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge because that's where they got inspiration. All right, boys, you ready?
Yep.
All right. For this stuff. Okay.
Here we go.
Do it. All right. All right. Anyways, drop the water. Oh, God.
Oh, I don't want to look.
Okay. All right, I nominate Carl because I want him to do that again. What? I nominate Kai Cenat, and whoever has top comment on this video in 24 hours, you're also nominated. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I love that. Yeah, not a bucket, but a whole freaking topper, loader, whatever you call that thing. I'm here for that. I think there are many ways to raise awareness and get involved in this one. So hopefully you getting your nominations out there, Mzansi, and let's keep this incredible cause going. Something that's allowing us to change the stigma around mental health, one challenge at a time. Beautiful. So while you go get ready to serve us with the next, and that's official duties, which will commence in just a bit. Here's a reminder to you, Mzansi, that this bucket challenge is something that you're going to absolutely love. Get involved in it. If you want to, tag us on your social and maybe we can share it with the rest of Mzansi. So yeah, send your videos to us, tag us in your challenges, and maybe you can also nominate someone and we'll echo that right here on live TV and call them out on your behalf. I'm not going to put any challenges out just yet. I'm just going to put this one out to our entire social media team here at Expresso. Let's see how many of our Expresso fam can get involved in this Ice Bucket Challenge. And maybe we'll share that video later on in the week. But keep it coming, Mzansi. Share your videos with us. I think this is an absolutely incredible cause. Well, it's almost on the hour, and that means once again, one last round of official duties. And I think Carissa's standing by with the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. In fact, now that we're on the topic, I nominate you for this Ice Bucket Challenge, okay? I definitely want to see this happening a bit later on this week. What do you say, Raul? No? Well, it's just gone 8 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines first, where a preliminary report from the South African Civil Aviation Authority has confirmed that the pilot of the Impala Mk1 aircraft, which crashed during the West Coast Air Show near Saldanha Bay, did not use the ejection control. The report suggests that rapid maneuvering and a steep bank angle likely impaired the pilot's physical orientation, leading to the loss of control. Now, the aircraft was performing aerobatic maneuvers to showcase its capabilities when it all went down. Our thoughts and prayers still go out to that family. In other national news, Acting President Gwede Mantashe addressed the national freedom celebrations out in Ermelo, Mpumalanga, focusing on the country's progress to restoring dignity to its citizens. Now, he acknowledged the challenges that South Africa faces, including infrastructure decline and high unemployment rates. Now, despite these issues, Mantashe emphasized the importance of celebrating freedom. At the same event, Gayton Mackenzie of the Patriotic Alliance advocated for government unity, including more political parties to ensure efficient governance. Now, the celebration marked the 31st anniversary of South Africa's democracy. Now, let's take a look at your international news that are making headlines. And we start out here on the continent, where Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo signed an agreement on Friday to respect each other's sovereignty and develop a peace plan by the 2nd of May. The agreement, witnessed by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, aims to end the violence caused by Rwanda-backed M23 rebels in eastern DR Congo. Now, the agreement calls for improved security and military cooperation, with a promise of significant U.S. investments in the region's mineral resources, including tantalum and cobalt. However, tensions do remain high as fighting continues in North Kivu. Meanwhile, U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio, urged progress on a Russian peace-Ukraine deal following a crucial meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump as well as Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. The meeting, held at the Vatican, marked a key effort to revive faltering peace talks. Now, Rubio emphasized the urgency of reaching a resolution soon, as the ongoing war has become a drain on resources. While Russia continues its military offenses, Zelensky expressed frustration over the lack of global pressure to force Russia to end the conflict. And closing off your news for this public holiday with this story, just a few weeks since its release, Netflix's Meet the Kumalos has captured the hearts of many with its warmth, its humor, and its nostalgic charm, and has even made its way to the US. Now, directed by Jayan Moodley, the film follows Grace Kumalo, played by Kanye Mbao, whose peaceful life is disrupted when an old high school rival, portrayed by Ayanda Boroto, moves in next door. As tensions flare, a secret romance blossoms between their children, Sizwe and Spe, adding delightful chaos to the mix. Now, beyond the laughs, Meet the Kumalos carries a deep, proud South African spirit. The late Connie Chiyoma's final performance adds a layer of quiet beauty and a gentle reminder of storytelling's enduring power. Such a warming way to end off your news for this morning. Let's get into some sporting headlines. Here's Raul with the latest.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And one last time this morning, I'm going to sing it out proud. You'll never walk alone. Yes, the anthem of Liverpool, who crushed Tottenham 5-1 to seal their 20th English top-flight title, matching Manchester United's record. Now, after an early scare, Luis Diaz, Alexis McAllister, Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah led a dominant response at a roaring Anfield. Now, Destiny Udogi's own goal capped the route as Arne Slot's side clinched the Premier League with 4 games to spare. Well, from football, we moved to rugby action and definitely celebrating all the South African sides. And the Vodacom Bulls, firstly, clinching a 26-19 win over Glasgow Warriors, making history as the first South African team to win in Glasgow in the URC. Now, the Lions also kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a 26-7 victory over Connacht. Now, the Stormers dominated Benetton 56-5, and the Sharks, trailing by 19 points, staged a thrilling comeback to defeat Ulster 22-19, securing a vital win. Well, celebrating South Africans once again in the world of athletics, where Akani Sambini dazzled with a 9.99-second victory in the men's 100 meters at the Diamond League in Xiamen, finishing ahead of Kenya's Omonyala. On top of this, Marianne Fourie also impressed with a third-place finish in the women's 100-meter hurdles with a time of 12.62. And then Joanne Duplessis placed sixth in the women's javelin with a throw of 60.38 meters. Beautiful stuff, South Africa. But lastly, in the world of sport, we move to motorsport, and Marc Marquez claimed his fifth consecutive sprint victory at the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez, extending his lead in the MotoGP standings with 135 points. Now, Alex Marquez finished second, 20 points behind his brother. And Francisco Bagnaia secured third, while Fabio Quartararo, after setting a course record, crashed out early. Now, Marquez remains undefeated in sprint races this season. Well, from the world of sport, our final chance to dive into the world of weather. Here's Carissa with the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's get into that final bit of weather news for this morning. In developments from the devastating Cape Town fire that started on Friday, the Cape Town Metro Fire and Rescue Services last night appealed for donations of bottled water, energy drinks, energy bars, and non-perishable food for over 100 firefighters battling the blaze in Table Mountain National Park. Now, donations can be dropped off at Lakeside Fire Station. Residents of Barnyard and Silvermine have been evacuated, and the public is urged to avoid fire-affected areas. Now, streets closed yesterday will still remain shut today. 5 helicopters are assisting ground teams as we speak, and the South African Weather Service has meanwhile warned of extreme fire danger across the rest of the Western Cape. Now, closing off your weather, let's get into that sunrise view of the hour, and this one sent from Sayhan out in Centurion. Thank you so much, Sayhan, for sharing your morning view with us. It's so beautiful to see, even though there are clouds all around, the beautiful sun reflecting at the base of that, just creating such a beautiful radiance and reminding you that you can get a 24-degree high on your side of the world out in Centurion. Now, continue sharing your morning views with us. We have the rest of the week to still delve into this on 063-036-9649. That's that WhatsApp number to use as we get into your final bit of temperatures for today.
Hey, the weather is looking lovely out there, and I just got some updates on my side. It's looking lovely when it comes to the opportunity to win lots of money, and that's allowing you to start your Monday by playing the Daily Lotto for an estimated 350,000 Rand in jackpots. So what are you waiting for, right? You can buy your tickets now. You can do it in store. You can head over to the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, where you can simply dial *120*7529# and then follow the USSDs. Now, we've also done the liberty of adding all these details to our Expresso social media pages. So you can go check it out right now and get yourself in the running to win big. And by big, I mean that 350,000 Rand daily lotto jackpot, which could be yours, but only if you play now to find out if you're going to be winning those millions. And I'm wishing you good luck.
And I'll take all that luck and make sure that I continue pushing it on out there, Expresso fam, as we enter into that final hour together. Listen, entertainment is still here. Norra is standing by because we still have to get into Dance. And also a reminder to you to head over to our socials and make sure that you put in your vote for which cover she's going to do near the end of the show. Not only that, we're going to get into a vital conversation all around the VAT increase reversal and why it even matters and how it impacts our lives. We're going to have a great conversation that awaits you. Grab that final bit of coffee, and we'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up on S3 and right now opening up to some pertinent conversation, especially when we dive into the realm of finances. Now listen, last week Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana announced the withdrawal of the proposed increase in value-added tax, which was set to rise from 15% to 15.5%, and that's in the next few days on the 1st of May. But this decision came after extensive consultations with political parties and careful consideration of parliamentary recommendations. Now, the reversal is significant. And yes, it was a reversal, as it maintains the VAT at a rate of 15%. Now, this is alleviating concerns about the potential financial burden on consumers, and I think especially low-income households. And the proposed VAT hike aimed to address a projected 75 billion rand revenue shortfall over the medium term. How are we going to make up for this? We'll find out now. But the decision to maintain the current VAT rate underscores the government's responsiveness to public and political concerns. So we had to bring in a proper panel to dive into this one. So joining us in studio, we have Werner de Soo, Wealth Manager at PPS Wealth Advisory, and then we have media personalities Danilo Aquesto as well as Kayizi in the building. And we brought them here because we thought they're not just family members, but they're the kind of people we can relate to in these crazy times. You can be the voice for the people. And that's why we've got you here. So gentlemen, thank you firstly for being here this morning. And how are we all doing? We're good?
Great.
I like that. Werner, I'm going to dive into this conversation with you first, just so we can paint a picture for many of us that don't understand this world. What is VAT? What exactly is a VAT increase, and how does it affect South Africans, essentially? How does it affect me, the everyday person living in this country?
So VAT is literally the one tax that influences everyone. Whether you buy your morning coffee, buy a chocolate, do your groceries, buy a new car, you will pay that 15% tax on it. VAT was introduced in 1991, and I think it was 11% then, increased to 14% in 1993, and then only in 2018 where it was increased to 15%. Obviously, we saw in the news the last month what's been happening. They wanted to increase it with 2%, then 0.5%, then the court cases came, small parties, big parties, no one knows what's going, who actually decided this, but yeah, there's no more increase in VAT.
And it sounds like people are celebrating this. Daniela, you're someone that wears so many hats, right? So I think anything that changes affects your world. Whether you're being a presenter, a good-looking guy, an entrepreneur, you wear so many hats. As an entrepreneur, I'd imagine that this definitely has a personal impact. What was your sort of thoughts when you heard that, firstly, there's going to be an increase, and then realizing that it's been reversed? Was this confusion? Was this like confidence for you?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of confidence in the government to look after our money as it is. So I think generally speaking, whenever these things happen, there's a lot of like like Casey did, it's like fingers in the on your nose. And obviously in the world of business, it really doesn't affect us too much because our job is to obviously, we're just considered VAT vendors. So we just pass money along and pass it across. It's a required addition to the cost price of our work. But what it does affect is the consumer, which does impact us. Obviously, we're companies trying to sell to consumers. And so the less money they have, or when price starts to impact their decision making, companies make less money. So I suppose at the time, we were all disappointed by the increase because we just feel like they cannot manage the sort of fiscus as it stands, that why again pass this burden on to consumers. But a 75 billion rand shortfall is a lot of money. You know, most of the people that I've spoken to have all said, well, why don't we cut the politicians' salaries, the bloated cabinets, get rid of the people? And I crunched the numbers, and I think that'll only raise like between 1 and 2 billion. And to get to 75 billion, we need to do a lot more from a country reform perspective to get there. So we were upset. I'm glad to see that it was withdrawn. I'm a bit concerned by the big companies because they all had to go through operational changes to try and figure out how they were going to increase this VAT, collect it, pass it on, refund it. And so it was a little bit too little, too late from the government, but I think we're grateful that at least consumers, the everyday people, you and I, our bread stays the same.
That's what I wanted to chat about, Ankiza. I feel like you can represent the people, man. You understand that a lot of us have been having various sort of reactions to this. I'm sure you heard a lot of it on your side. I mean, you're speaking to the people directly. But how do you think this actually plays out in terms of what the people are understanding the situation to be? Are they feeling heard now, seeing that, hey, you seem to be listening? I don't know, I use that word very loosely. Are you listening to us?
Yeah, well, I think there's a few things to look at. Firstly, just to go back to Danilo, we're not happy that it's at 15%. Let's start there. We're just accustomed to it because South Africans have been stretched already. Now, with that initial 2% increase, we were going to be stretched even more as consumers. But it being at 15 is saying, okay, cool, I'm accustomed to this, but it's still hurting South Africans, and that's for your everyday South Africans. I'm not talking about your wealthy South Africans.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your lower and middle class South Africans.
Because this is who this is where the effect is really felt, right?
Stretches them
Your
immediately
purchasing
already.
powers is now adjusted. Your ability
Absolutely.
to just live is now being compromised as well, right?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And you're going to see it in people's spending behavior as well. You're going to be seeing it and hearing it. And my listeners are going to be staying at home. You're going to be hearing of more carpools. You're going to be hearing of more e-hailing. All of that just for you to be able to survive in South Africa as it
Amen. And Vanna, we speak about the 75 billion rand loss from not being able to implement this. But where does this loss come from, and why must the people be the ones that are paying for it? Why are the low-income people that are really driving this country, that are like the workforce, why is it now their problem? Why is it our responsibility? Great question.
Yeah, well, if we look at it, the 75 billion is over the next 3 years. It's not only this year. So I think a lot of this is some politics. In the next year, it's only 10 billion. And if you listened in the news, about 3 weeks ago, SARS said they over-collected 10 billion on their estimation. So we've already made it up.
Wait, so they got some spare change?
From over
Leave us alone.
So, yeah, I feel that we don't need that. We don't need to raise that money. It's all politics, and it's getting in the way of consumers.
All right, well, look, you three are not getting in the way of good conversation. We're going to carry on this in just a bit. I feel like I'm already educated. I'm feeling the implications of this, but we're going to dive into this conversation and get a little bit deeper into how this is affecting us and maybe what we can do now that this world is forever changing, especially in our current economy. For now, though, let's take a breather. I think we can relax and get some entertainment going before diving into some more of this conversation.
All right, let's temper the mood just a little bit because I know that's quite heavy conversation for this time of the morning. And right now, I'm going to hand it over to Norra to do exactly that. She's taken to the stage right now to perform her latest single called Dance, Dance.
Thank you. This is a song about, it's a dance between love and wanderlust.
Jou gewaar. Kom nader, kom ons doen die lewe saam. Kom ons dans. Dans, dans, dans. Kom ons dans. Dans, dans, dans. Die winterson tref my gesig. Klam gras maak my kriewelrig. Binnekort verlaat ek jou. My vrees vervas maak, laat jou benoud. Maar kom ons dans. Dans, dans, dans. Kom ons dans. Dans, dans, dans. Kom ons dans.
have it. And you know what the best part is, Expresso fam, that this is not the end of Norra. No, you still have an opportunity to vote for which cover you would love to see them perform live. It's going to be incredible. Head over to our socials at Expresso Show right now and let us know between the two which one it's going to be to close off this day with an absolute bang. Not only that, we're going to get into some deliciousness in the kitchen with a fuss-free lemon tart. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I might just invite one of our gents into the kitchen with me because, of course, we still have them on the couch, Verna as well as K-Easy and Danilo, to continue that conversation all around that. Yes, important stuff does await for you on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your feel-good breakfast show, carrying on with incredible conversations right here and pertinent ones at that. Everything to do with VAT. We've had a little discussion, we've educated ourselves, but let's find out what we can do about it. Obviously, the increase of the VAT, the government is now facing the challenge of addressing this 75 billion rand revenue gap without compromising fiscal sustainability. Our Finance Minister, Godongwana, has indicated plans to introduce revised budget legislation focusing on expenditure, and I think this is going to be an adjustment to cover that shortfall. Now, this situation raises critical questions about alternative revenue sources and the broader economic implications. So, next up, let's see how we can explore the options, such as maybe enhancing tax compliance, stimulating economic growth, and maybe prioritizing spending. Our esteemed panel is still with us to share their insights on how these decisions could affect South Africans across different sectors. Gents, again, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this conversation, being a relatable panel as well, because it's so difficult to understand a lot of these complex terms and the situation we're currently in. The 75% sort of deficit. What would you suggest, maybe, Werner, is another option at finding this money without us having to bear the burden? Is there another option to figure out how to get 75 billion rand? I mean, how does one even do this? Where do we begin?
I'd like to know.
Yeah. So if you look at your own budget, you've got income and expenditure. If you
Yes.
don't have enough money, you have to cut.
Yes.
So government needs to start cutting on, do we really need to send troops to the DRC that costs us 5 billion rand? Do we need to spend 3 billion rand on VIP protection? All these, there's so many of these examples. So we need to start cutting on expenditure. We need to have an economy that can grow to have more taxpayers. So create jobs so that there's more people that can pay tax.
All right.
That's the only option.
So what are the other?
Government
Cut
is, government
or
has been
increase
forced to do
growth?
it now, yeah.
All right, so Danilo, maybe from your side, I know you have creativity in abound, especially when it comes to being an entrepreneur, right? So how would you, let's say, putting you in the shoes of a finance minister, would you have any alternate solutions in terms of how we could stimulate the economy and raise this revenue, which is maybe more on the positive side of this conundrum?
Yeah, his job isn't easy, and I get it. It's a really hard thing. Anytime you want to add revenue, you put pressure on some other places.
Yeah, something's got to give.
So it isn't easy. But I would say the key things, there's a very low trust in government to look after money right now. And so I think, as Vanna mentioned, a really good sort of look at sort of protocols around sort of where our expenditure is going. But even, I know I've heard lots of commentary on social, people saying things like, oh, why do we pay our politicians so much money? And if we were to just reduce their salaries by, like, let's say 20% overall, would only raise between 1 and 2 billion. We still need to get a lot. So some of the key sort of large-scale sort of changes we can make is one is reform to our current spending. Second, as you mentioned in your opening, a lot of tax compliance issues. The really rich people and really rich corporations are finding very clever ways to avoid the tax man. And I think there is a need for us to reform the way that we collect.
Creative accounting.
Yeah, from the rich. There is a balance to do with rich people and sort of and rich companies. There's obviously always a flight risk that if you start taxing the rich, you can raise another 20 to 50 billion quite easily by getting even just a 2% increase in income tax for the rich. But then the likelihood of them wanting to leave the country is what people are worried about, is they take their money elsewhere. But the reality is there is nowhere else for them to go. Taxes everywhere in the world. I know we're one of the most heavily taxed countries in the world, but there is very little happening at a global scale to protect them from tax elsewhere. Absolutely. And so we do need to try and find a way to take rich corporations, so highly profitable, large-scale organizations. Looking at our state-owned enterprises, we can save 20, 40 billion, I'd imagine, just by like restructuring our state-owned enterprises. The amount of times we've bailed those out, their inefficiencies in expenditure. Like those are the really big-ticket items. State-owned enterprises, the rich corporations, and then looking at our expenses, just to kind of like neaten up how we spend our money. That'll probably raise far more than 75 billion in the long run, and is a more sustainable way to look after our balance sheet.
Bro. Any thoughts of maybe joining the cabinet there, man? I mean, it seems like
never in finance.
Are wasted.
They're the most hated. I don't want to be hated. Yeah.
Okay, Easy. Obviously, someone that's on the ground, you're hearing what the people have to say about this often, right? I would imagine that when that initial increase came through, there was this just like disappointment and anger and frustration and like, what more do you want from me? With the change and with, let's say, the fact that there has been this reversal, do you think that South Africans are starting to believe that there is this sort of impact and notion of like, listen, we can be heard. We should be voicing our opinions more. We should be getting more involved in what matters to us. Do you think that's important here?
I think what's really interesting is that everyone seems to be claiming a victory and being the reason for this happened.
Yeah, I noticed
Partly
that.
because this is obviously going to connect into the local cabinets, number one. Number two, in that next voting stage, you're going to be thinking who is or what is the party that got us to, stay at 15%. So there's definitely a political play here as well. Let's not underestimate what is actually happening. I'm sure there's some magic SMSs everybody received from certain people, So I think that's very key. What is really awesome to see is that the needs of the people are being heard, and it's being done through GNU. And it's not from one individual party, but it's parties coming together and saying, guys, we cannot do this and we cannot get away with this for much longer. And going back to what Vanna is saying, now we all have to collectively look at our budget, look at our expenditure, and then that trickles down into your everyday South African.
So it's beautiful here that there is someone that is remotely taking some form of accountability, which I think in this country is something that we don't often get. We always, I wouldn't say looking for someone to blame, but we never have any resolution in dealing with these sort of negativities. It's like, we just got to deal with it. At least now there's a reason, there's something that we can look forward to. As a takeaway, do you think that this reversal means that the mood of the country is increasing as well? As an overall, do you think that this is the right step forward? I mean, there isn't a perfect step forward, but we are moving, are we not?
You chopped us off at the knees and then gave us a shoe. I don't understand why you made us feel really low and then maybe we're 2% high. But I do think that there is, the hope is this GNU that Casey mentioned quite well. I heard Vadana mention it next to me here as well too. The sense that government itself is able to hold itself accountable because the power shift has happened. Our democracy hasn't served us for the last while because obviously there's a lot of political playing in who gets votes and how that happens. Now that there's a bit more balance in cabinet, you're seeing pushback on things that do affect us on the daily. So that's hopeful.
I think it's a victory for the people, victory for democracy. If you look back at 2018, the last time when VAT was increased, can you remember it? It was a non-event. No one even talked to it. We just had to pay it. And now with this, the GNU, and we have to give the DA and then the EFF that joined them in the court case, we have to give them due for ensuring, keeping the government accountable, and we're not paying that extra tax. And it wouldn't have happened if the people didn't vote for this.
If the people didn't vote and didn't talk, and maybe even if it's just a whisper, it sounds like the people suddenly have a voice for once in this country, and I'm here to celebrate exactly that. So, gentlemen, thank you for educating us. I know it's a very complex issue that we need to try and bite into and understand, but you all have done that perfectly, and giving us a little bit more confidence and putting us at ease. And thank you for being a voice for all the people as well. I think you're representing more than just yourselves, and that's what we also appreciate. So, yeah, happy extended Freedom Day, and continue with this democracy in South Africa as it hopefully increases, and as we hopefully continue to be heard as a people in this country and make positive impact and changes. Thanks, gents.
Great. Thanks.
Well, listen, we're back in the kitchen getting into something so delicious, because there really is something special about a dessert that feels homemade without the hassle, all right? This lemon tart is the kind of treat that you can throw together quickly and still impress your guests or just even yourself. And it's the perfect blend of creamy and tangy. Now, I have to bring in one of my favorite people to help me put this all together, Danilo Acquisto. Danilo, how are you when it comes to baking?
Oh, well, I went from finance to the kitchen. Right, let's see how this goes for all of you. Good luck out there.
A clear segue to me.
It makes sense.
Yes. Okay, so we're making a hassle-free lemon tart. Cool. And we're going to start with the filling. So we've got our 4 eggs going, and then we're going to go in with condensed milk.
Whisk it up.
You're going to whisk, and then I'm going to pour in.
I've got a strong whisk arm. I've been going to the gym recently. It's my New Year's resolution.
I'm so proud of you.
My whisking is going well, and I'm a good condensed milk fan.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you have condensed milk in your tea at all?
Well, I have something even better. I'm a good Italian boy, and we have a thing called a vetrino.
Okay.
And a vetrino is a little bit of condensed milk, like a shot of condensed milk at the bottom of your espresso cup, with an espresso pulled on top and a dollop of foam. 3 colors, so that's where the tree comes from, like the 3 colors on top. And it's the most delicious way to have an espresso.
Insane. The creaminess, the sweetness. All right, I went in nicely with some vanilla essence, and then we're going to go in with some lemon.
Yes.
And also you're matching so nicely with the lemons.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Come on. I don't think I need
after all my commentary on VAT, I'm sure everyone thinks I'm also quite sour, so this works quite nicely. I'm okay.
No, never that, Danilo. We actually are waiting for you to join the cabinet. It'll happen one day.
One day.
One day, no? Ooh.
Madam Speaker, what's next in this recipe?
Okay, so that's all done. Got the lemon in, and then are you good at zesting?
Yeah, I'm very good at zesting.
Okay, then zest some lemon in there.
How much are you looking for?
Let your ancestors lead you. Your Italian ancestors will tell you when to stop.
We call this Italian Parmesan almost. It's like it's as good as a good Parmesan. A zest on top of most things is legitimately delicious.
Because it does. It adds like a nice little zing to the meal.
But there is an art to this, because obviously, first thing, always wash your lemons before you do your zesting, because most of them have like this little film on top if you don't even realize. But then if you dig too deep into your zesting, it gets that bitterness, which you want to prevent. So try and keep
quite light on the hand.
Correcto. So just the little edges.
Well, I'm glad I brought you in here to do this. All right, so we're going to mix together. That is the inside. And then, of course, you have the crust. Now, of course, you can buy ready-made crust, but this is so simple. So you'll go in with your crackers or even digestive biscuits, some butter, and then also some sugar. And then you just mix that together. And there's nothing better than having a very rich base when it comes to something a little bit zestier.
It also
like
smells
your
delicious.
lemon.
It's almost like it's got like a... Oh, I've seen a lot of those crusts where you can start infusing with other things. Like imagine putting a ginger biscuit in there at the bottom, like adding a little bit of ginger.
That's nice. Ginger and lemon go so beautifully together.
And the best investment you can make in your kitchen is a baking dish like this.
Yes.
Because I don't have any of those at home for making tarts and things like that. And they are such a good investment just to push them in.
It's really easy. Look at that.
Cool. Well, you're doing the very nice TV thing. I would have used my hands. But anyway, moving on.
Really?
Yes. What do you mean?
Like just flattening it out. How do you get into the corners?
Because you have to push it into the corners. You have to push it out. Obviously, with clean hands. You don't want to go in with messy hands.
I did wash my hands multiple times because...
But you're on television. You're not allowed to do that. For those at home that are not on national television, you can push that into the corners.
We're on national television? What? All right. So then you'll go in with the inside.
Usually you would push up the corners a bit more, Carissa,
Thank you,
but
Danilo.
you know what?
I didn't use my hands, that's why.
We'll go with this.
That's my bad. It's my first time making a hassle-free lemon tart.
Me too, darling.
Okay, so this goes in the oven for like 15 to 20 minutes at 180, and then it will still be a little bit wobbly when you take it out, so you put it in the fridge to have it all done, and then that is what you come out with.
Oh, looks delicious. See how high that crust on the edge is there, Carissa?
Oh, wow.
See how well it holds
Tiffany.
the liquid deliciously
Tiffany
on the
didn't
side.
tell me. So now usually, Danilo, oh, he also wanted to have some. Usually I would let you enjoy this, but I have something special. You've seen these before.
Yeah.
These are candles.
For
You know why I have
your
candles?
birthday.
Not my birthday, but K-Yeezy's birthday today!
Oh, it's Casey's birthday today!
Please ask him to come in here.
Where is he? Can I go fetch him?
Yes, please. K-Yeezy, the tall wonder.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kayuzu. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
How old are
You make-
you now?
You make the most attractive 22-year-old I've met in a long time, Casey.
Hi, Mike. Carissa, this is the energy. This is it.
My bad. I mean, you're a dad now, so I just
Yeah.
feel like I'm trying to get done with these candles.
What are your hopes and dreams for the year?
Another kid.
No VAT increase. Not another kid.
But you can't eat it first. You have to blow it out first.
I haven't done this in years.
He's doing his wish out loud, yeah.
More money, more opportunities, more
Yes,
blessings. Yeah, there
we
go.
love it. All right, taste our hassle-free lemon cake.
He always signs out of his chart, out of his show with greatness is something you practice every single day.
Yes.
We want to know if this cake is greatness.
That face
Is this
tells
you?
me. That's me. That's me and Danilo.
I'm so surprised.
You surprised?
No, you
What
two are
do you
not
mean?
the
No, that is what she made. This is what the team made.
First of all, if you put this in the oven and then the fridge, that is what you're gonna get.
It's true. It's
So
true.
technically,
These are not the same color.
You know what? Keys, you gotta trust the process, bro. That's what I say.
And Carissa doesn't see
Is
color,
it really
Casey,
good?
okay.
Oh wait, we also have another little gift for you. Here
Oh
we
my
go.
word, this is so cute.
Happy birthday, Kay.
Thank you so much.
We wish you more greatness, more love, and more goodness coming your way.
Appreciate it.
I hope that you enjoy.
And
your
thanks for
beautiful
putting
birthday
K in cake.
Thank you.
The gift is from Lucian. Also, he wants you to know that.
Thank you, Lucia.
What's in it? What's in it?
Absolutely amazing. We're celebrating birthdays, reversals of VAT increases, beautiful cakes that will go in the oven and the fridge, and so much more on the other side of this Feel Good Fam. We're going to get into this. Hopefully you'll tuck into your breakfast, and we'll see you now.
This is really good.
Oh, thank you.
Looks delicious.
Looks good.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And feeling good has been a box that we have slayed. It's fully ticked this morning, and we're going to keep it at that because, listen, it's time to turn up the heat with a quick fire round. And we got the sensational Norra here in the hot seat with some fast questions that are going to be coming at her. And we've primed her not to think at all, right? She cannot think. She's just going to give the first thing that comes to her head. This is going to get fun.
And we just know we're going to get some fun answers out of her. But now we're going to see, yes, she handles the spotlight on stage really well, but how about off the stage? So Norra, no pressure, but all the pressure, right?
No pressure.
Let's
Live
ask
TV.
You. Are you ready for your first one? Don't think about it too much. All right.
I'm not ready.
Cape Town or New York?
Cape Town.
Oh, that was an easy one. Okay, I'm next.
Yeah.
One word to describe what spook means to you.
Ooh.
Oh, bevrijding.
Ooh,
Can you translate that?
Freeing.
Like unshackling, like
yes,
liberation.
Unshackling freedom.
Ooh,
I
love
like
that.
Speaking
Nice.
about spook, let's get into the best memory from shooting the music video.
Oh wow, guys! I was sitting on that rock, the single cover, and someone's dog, people walking their dogs and stuff, came up to me and licked my toes.
Oh,
it was really cute.
Wow.
Yes.
Almost like a bird pooing on you. That's good luck for sure. That's gotta be. And that was like Clarence Drive, I believe. Was it on that side of the coast? It's so beautiful out there. Wow.
My favorite beach.
Okay, so if I was to ask you, what's the heart of dance in one sentence?
Oh.
That's a tough one. Can be Afrikaans.
Wanderlust.
Oh, nice.
I would say wanderlust.
Nice.
Such a great
Nailed
word.
it.
And when I
Nailed
look
it.
at you, I definitely feel like you embody wanderlust, like 100%.
Yeah.
Just in your own freeing spirit as well. Okay, one thing fans won't expect at your show at House of the Machines this coming, the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, of May.
Oh, we will be playing some new songs that no one has heard before. So they can look forward to that. And we will also be switching some instruments and mixing it up between the band. So that's something to look forward to.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I know how cool your collaboration was with Calvin and Yaku, but can you in 3 words, describe that collaboration?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Only 3 words.
Only 3.
Only 3 words. Well, feeling uplifted.
Nice, yeah.
And playful.
Yeah.
And also serious in all the right ways.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
It's a nice combo of words. Great vocab.
little bit
Okay,
more.
that was your English vocab. Now your Afrikaans vocab also needs to be asked about. When it comes to writing, what comes more naturally to you? Is it Afrikaans or English?
It used to be English, but I have to say now I've really much gotten into writing in Afrikaans. It's a different rhythm. It's definitely challenging. Your voice sits in a different place.
Yes.
But I really love, my language. So I really love writing and sharing in that. Yes.
I hear that. I always thought I would have a good Afrikaans voice if I was Afrikaans. I think I can sing in Afrikaans better than English. I'm just not Afrikaans.
Probeer net hier nou.
No, I shouldn't have said that. Do you dream like in a certain language, like English or Afrikaans?
Oh, wow. What a question.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
My dreams have no language.
Okay.
A universal language. Oh, look at that
Good
answer.
answer. Oh my goodness. Okay. Biggest difference between a house concert, which of course you told us a little bit more about, and a big stage gig.
Oh, okay, wow. At a house concert, it's, as I said, way more intimate.
Yes.
And also, I think the listeners really get to hear also the stories behind the music, and they get to spend time with the artist as well, because we are all, having a little kuier together. Yeah.
That is so sweet.
And isn't it cool though when you're getting into a big crowd and to see thousands of people resonating with you and all that energy coming together in like such a magic moment?
When that happens, I will tell you.
What do you mean?
We'll invite you back. We'll invite you back, and you can tell us a bit more about that. I love that. So they want to know from upstairs, who's your favorite Expresso presenter?
Oh!
Just point. All of the above, yes!
The only answer to get you to win this round.
I love that. Okay, so listen, as you know, Norra, we had a poll a little bit earlier on the show to end off with whichever song it was. And it was one of 2 covers, either Stronger by Amy Winehouse or it was Stand Up by Hindi Zara. Do you have anyone that you would have preferred?
I love both songs.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, I would say for today, I'm feeling stronger.
Feeling stronger. Do you think that people will probably resonate with that as well?
Yes. People, please resonate.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Shall we reveal?
I think if you haven't already voted, then time is up because we've been doing it all morning and officially. Let's just go to some comments first. Obviously, we've got Storm Jafter who says sending all the love to the team and voting for Amy Winehouse, and that was Storm Jafter. Thanks for coming through. I don't know if you've got any more comments to share. Shireen Abraham says, good morning, my Expresso family. Stronger by Amy Winehouse. Looking forward to her performance. Have a beautiful day, team. Lots of love. And I think we've got one more comment to share from Elizabeth Lowe. Amy Winehouse, yes, please.
Well, it's unanimous. The answer to the poll, the one that got the most requests was Amy Winehouse Stronger. So I'm so glad you are feeling it.
Nailed it.
The alignment is here, and we can't wait to get into that. Norra, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you, everyone.
This has been so much fun, and we can't wait to get into it. So yes, Expresso fam, we have heard your cries, and we'll get into a wonderful cover of Amy Winehouse's Stronger in just a little bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. And we want you to start your Monday by playing Daily Lotto, and that is for an estimated 350,000 Rand jackpot. I got to ask you, though, what are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now in store. You can head to the website, nationallottery.co.za. If you are on your phone, there's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, or you can go to your keypad and simply dial *120 *7529#, and that's for USSD.
Yep, we got options, baby, and all the details are also on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check it out right now and get yourself in the running to win big. We're talking about a 350,000 Rand daily lotto jackpot, which could be yours, but only if you play now to help you find out. And I'm wishing you nothing but the good luck, sending it your way.
Oh, receive it, I receive it. Right now, somebody that's also going to send you off into your Monday in the best way. The winning song that you have chosen. Here's Norra performing Amy Winehouse's Stronger.
You should be stronger than me. You've been here 7 years longer than me. Don't you know you're supposed to be the man? Now I'm pale into comparison to who you think I am, 'cause you always want to talk it through. I don't care. Always gotta comfort you when I'm there. But that's what I need you to do. Stroke my hair, 'cause I forgot
Norra came through and served the people. We gave you exactly what you want. Amy Howard, Amy Winehouse. I can't even say the name because it hasn't sounded this good in so long, and I'm so appreciative of you. So Norra, please do the following. Take a bow and grab your round of applause because you absolutely earned it, and we are so grateful for you. Wow, what a show we've had this morning.
I know, and when I saw her walking in, I just knew. I knew that there was something there, and we absolutely got to enjoy it. I also had a look on socials, and everybody's been absolutely loving Norra, so thank you so much for sharing your goodness with us today. But listen, today might be over, but tomorrow we're back again between 6 and 9 o'clock, and it's going to be a Metro FM takeover that's happening out in Jersey because we're gearing up to the Metro FM Awards.
Yeah, and ahead of the Metro FM Awards, we're going to talk everything from what to expect on that styling red carpet, the looks, the food, the everything you need, and more. And then we're going to be also diving into some delicious meals, just like we had today. But I think tomorrow's going to be different because everyone's going to be back at work.
Right, exactly. So we have to give you the inspiration to make sure that you get through the rest of the week. And then we also have a crossover with the breakfast show from Metro FM. So DJ Sabby's going to be in the building. It's going to be absolutely incredible to make sure that you are sorted. And then also the hosts of the Metro FM.
Yeah, we've got Luke Love, I think,
Luke Love is going to be here. Scoop Makatini. It's going to be absolutely insane just to see the goodness that everything is waiting for you for the Metro FM Awards.
Even Celeste Anthony in the building, baby. So I think you've got every reason to stick around and look forward to your Field Breakfast show tomorrow morning. Don't forget, we want to see your sunrise views. And if you are a Liverpool fan, I salute you. We did it, baby. 4 games to spare.
Congrats.
Official champions 20 times. That's what it's about. And I think with that, we need to go out on some form of a high note. And I can only think of asking Norra to please play us out. We want more.
We want more. We want more.
Come on, have a beautiful one.
You should be stronger than me. 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 You should be stronger than me, yeah. You should be stronger than me, yeah. You should be stronger.
Another feel-good production.